Welcome to the televised rebroadcast of Henderson Lions football on TCA Cable Channel 10. Tonight's broadcast utilizes the live play-by-play coverage of KGRI FM radio from last Friday night's football game. Coming up just before the televised kickoff are interviews with the opposing team's head coach and Henderson Lions head football coach and athletic director, Dennis Alexander. Tonight's televised broadcast of Friday Night Football is brought to you by Citizens National Bank of Henderson, Peterson's Home Furnishings, Henderson Memorial Hospital, the law offices of Welborn, Houston, Atkinson, Mann, Sadler, and Hill, East Tex Telephone Cooperative Incorporated, First Baptist Church of Henderson, People's State Bank, Smith Chevrolet Oldsmobile Cadillac, Henderson Brick, a division of Boral Bricks, and Henderson Tire and Custom Wheel.
Now joining us on Henderson Lions football is Coach James Blackwell of A.Maceo Smith Falcons Ball Club. And Coach Blackwell, first of all, thanks for joining us tonight. It's kind of become a little bit of an annual tradition, this little matchup. It's been a good one. Last year, a very close game down here.
Yes, it is. A very good matchup. We look forward to it every year because one thing we know, anytime you come down to face a team of Coach Alexander, you got to play. And we look for the competition to give us a chance to see where we are, what we need to work on prior to district play. And we use this as a tool for going into the playoffs. We're away from home, and it's just a good atmosphere, and it's a good rivalry, and we enjoy it.
Kind of give our fans a little bit of insight about how the season's gone so far.
Well, so far we've been hit by injuries. We have an extremely young team this year. We're sitting down with no experience on our offense. We lost all of our kids, and we have 3 returning starters on defense. So we got a bunch of little babies that need a lot of quarters, and we see improvement every day.
Who has particularly impressed you to this point on both sides of the ball?
Well, most of the people have been talking about Paul Dodd. He's the big guy that's back from last year, and he's been slowed by a few injuries, but he's been playing through them. And I guess right now he's the brightest spot. I guess the next one is Morris Day. We had a kid at quarterback who actually was a JV quarterback last year, and he stepped in, and he's doing a great job.
What type of quarterbacking does he bring to the ball club? Is he a drop-back passer, or does he bring a little bit of option to it?
Well, for the first time in years, we have a kid with pure passing ability. He can pass the football. I guess that's his greatest asset, is passing the football.
So on the offensive side of the ball, do you pretty much go with a straight two backfield and 2 split ends?
Yes, we mainly go with a straight drop back, and we'll go from the 2 split ends all the way to the trips. But right now, that's what we've been basically staying with.
You mentioned that you lost about 25 starters from last year, 25 lettermen.
Right.
From a coaching point of view, it really has to be a fun and a learning experience for yourself, teaching these kids from that point of view.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Like I said, get the young kids who are willing and trying as hard as they can, and you get to work with them and see them progress every day, so it's just a super feeling.
On the defensive side of the ball, what should our fans look for in tonight's game?
Well, what we're going to try to do is hopefully we can contain them with our defensive linemen and then let our linebackers make a lot of tackles. That's what we're designed, something like the Cowboys, where our linebackers should make 80% of our tackles. If it gets to the point where our secondary guys are making the tackles, we're in trouble.
I noticed in just doing some research on the ball club that you have a lot of two-way starters. What do you do to keep them freshened up throughout the ball game? What can you do to keep them going throughout the whole 60 minutes?
What we try to do, and we start real early in the ball game, we start shelling players, we start resting them as we can, and we've done a lot of conditioning work, and that helps us out a lot. But we mainly got a lot of guys who on a lot of teams wouldn't see any play, but here they're playing early because of that.
Well, we appreciate you joining us tonight. Thanks a lot.
Hey, always a pleasure, and we look forward to coming back again.
That's Coach James Blackwell of the A.Maceo Smith Falcons, and we'll be back with more on Henderson Lions football in a moment.
Peterson's Home Furnishings is having an RCA kickoff sale. Watch the Henderson Lions and your favorite college and pro teams this football season on a new RCA TV. This RCA 46-inch big screen TV has picture-in-picture, SRS surround stereo sound, and digital focus, only $14.99. Now there's no more endless channel searching with the all-new TV Guide Plus feature. Get 6 months, same as cash, on 27 to 61-inch models, like this 27-inch home theater stereo TV, just $599. Record and watch your favorite games on this RCA 4-head hi-fi stereo VCR, only $229. Come in now for the RCA kickoff sale at Peterson's Home Furnishings, where quality is the difference.
And now joining us here on Henderson Lions football is your head coach, Dennis Alexander. Coach, week 3 of the season, Dallas A.Maceo Smith in town. Second home game of the year. Last week, a pretty wild game, 42-33 winners over Nacogdoches. What do you take from a game like that? Both teams pretty much coming up with big plays throughout the game in a variety of ways, special teams and offense. What highlighted the week for you?
Well, there were a lot of big plays. What surprised me, we made so many big plays in the kicking game. That was pleasing, in that we ran a kickoff back for a touchdown. We blocked a punt, blocked a field goal, blocked the extra point. We did well in covering the kickoffs, except for the one time, but the rest of the time we pretty well kept them inside the 25. So we had a good game there. Offensively, we didn't move the ball inside, but they loaded up in there. And I guess the most disappointing thing, they made a lot of key 3rd down and 4th down plays to keep the drives going. And it made it appear that our defense didn't play probably as well as we really did. I thought we hit better at most of the time till the kids got tired. We did a pretty good job on our assignments most of the time, but still they came up with the 3rd down and 4th down plays that kept drives alive and made it look worse. So hopefully we improved as a team. We learned some things on offense, and I think we may have corrected some things defensively as we continue to improve. So we'll find out more tonight.
Speaking about the defense, of course, a season's an evolving process. One of the things that I've noticed over the last, or at least last week, Scott Goodwin played an excellent game, I thought. And you're getting some other guys in there. Shane Ballinger's back healthy. Gives you a lot of flexibility, doesn't it?
Well, Shane has played really well the first 2 games, and he wasn't starting, but he's going to start tonight at the left defensive end. And he's got a lot of quickness, a little bit more quickness right now than Brett Mitchell, and Brett's a sophomore, and so he's still learning a lot. And we just think Scott's a little quicker reacting, and in time, Brett will, gain quickness, and as he gains more experience. So we'll play 3 defensive ends like we have been. But tonight we're going to give Scott the opportunity to start because I think he played well enough too.
You mentioned also earlier the kicking game. One thing that often gets overlooked by fans. One thing that has impressed me is the job done on the extra points by Clayton Kirsch. He doesn't let anything get to him. Pretty steady, and he kicks it high and deep.
Well, he's done a really good job. Of course, the extra points and field goals going to depend on the good snap and good hold and good protection, which we've had. But the kickoffs, he's done a really good job getting good height near the goal line, and so it's been very pleasing. And Shannon Cox has done a really good job in punting for us, and we had good coverage the other night. So those are things we're going to have to beat the top teams, and at least not make mistakes there that'll cost us. So we're pretty pleased with the way that seems to be coming along.
Back on the offensive side, going to the position of quarterback, still going to go with a rotation there.
Well, Jonathan Stovall will start tonight. He hasn't started either of the first 2 games. Philip Corley the first game and Travis Adams the second. And Jonathan's probably played more than either one, so he's going to start tonight. He's played well. If he continues to play well, he's got a good chance to remain number 1. Philip Corley will probably play as number 2 tonight. And Travis Adams is going to work some fullback and some in the defensive backfield. And basically, if Philip and Jonathan play well, we're probably going to try to work 2 right now to get him more repetitions and look at Travis helping out in other spots. So I think Travis is a good enough athlete, too. He's just a junior. He's going to be a pretty big kid time he finishes growing. And I think he'll help us a lot. We just got to get him some more experience.
One thing that our fans saw in last week's game, I don't know if it was dictated because of the Nacogdoches defense, but you got Kenneth Williams free a couple of times out of the backfield. Is that going to be something that we'll see more often this season, or was it something dictated with them stacking 10 men on the line?
Well, Kenneth was fortunate to be the wing back in there at the time, and he is a taller receiver than Pat Brown, who was out sick, and Alan Ayton. But he's got good speed. It did a lot for his confidence because he doesn't have much experience playing. And we do intend to throw the ball. We're a running ball club, but people are going to load up. We hope we're good enough they have to gang up, and then we can throw it and take advantage of it. So whether it's to Kenneth or Charles Simpson or Terrence or one of the other wing backs, it just depends on who happens to be in there. But Kenny did make some really good plays.
Going over to our opponent tonight, the Falcons, what do the scouting reports show you about this team this year? They've lost 25 lettermen from last year's team.
Yeah, they were mainly a senior ball club last year and were very solid, and so they lost a lot of kids. They are inexperienced. They're very big. Traditionally, they have big linemen and good speed, which they do, but they're inexperienced right now. And so they're in a learning phase too, but we beat them last year in a close game at the end, so I know they're going to come down here fired up and ready to play, and it's been a good series. It's not a rivalry like some of the other games are that we've played for a long time, but they have a good coaching staff that I think they enjoy getting out of Dallas, come down here, and so we've enjoyed the series, and I hope we play well tonight. I look for it to be an exciting game, but we're trying to measure where we stand right now.
Appreciate you joining us. Let's go get them.
All right, Charles. Now we're also going to have to quit saying you're Henderson Lions all the time, You
don't like that?
Well, it means you're an outsider.
Oh, well, that's, well, we'll have to change that up then. There you go. We're not going to call it your Henderson Lions. It's our Henderson Lions, and this has been Coach Dennis Alexander. We'll be back with more in a moment on Henderson Lions football.
Expecting a special delivery? Then we're expecting you at the birthplace. Henderson Memorial Hospital's new state-of-the-art childbirth and maternity care center. The birthplace offers a warm atmosphere with large, beautifully decorated rooms, the expertise of special physicians, nurses, and staff, and the finest monitoring system available, all to provide high-quality care for moms and newborns. The birthplace at Henderson Memorial Hospital, a special place for your special delivery.
I'm Charles Witt alongside Bobby Briscoe and Charlie Franklin as let's see who wins this coin toss. Charlie, always important, especially before a home crowd.
Oh, yeah. We have our four co-captains going out to the ball game now. Four co-captains tonight being number 70, Matt Thigpen, number 38, Caleb Hall, number 40, Alan Ayton, and number 72, Doug Gibbons. They're talking to the two co-captains for A.Maceo Smith. The referee crew is from the Tyler chapter tonight. We have a good group of fans on hand over here. A.Maceo Smith brought a few people, but that little band they got over there is making a lot of noise for just a few people, aren't they?
It adds to the atmosphere. I love to hear the bands play. And, of course, the Henderson Lions band always making a lot of noise for their team. And that just that's part of the whole football experience on a Friday night.
The referee says the Lions have won the toss, and we will receive, just like last week, we will receive down here on the north end, going from left to right, north to south. So we won the toss, and we'll take the football.
And wouldn't it be nice to have the same thing happen that happened last week?
Well, we would settle for that right now.
In fact,
let's just go ahead and kick off to them, put the 7 points up, and just not worry about it.
I wouldn't mind that either.
I'm not a bit.
So the Lions will receive, and like Charlie said, they'll go from left to right on your radio dial. I would expect the same crew to drop back and receive this kick, as it will be Kenyatta Neal, Derek Page, and Brian Brown. And doing the kicking honors for the Falcons is number 15, James Foster.
We'll see if A.Maceo Smith had scouts here last week and see if they try to kick the ball away from Kenyatta Neal, number 21, who returned that opening kickoff.
And it was 95 yards, right?
95, two 95-yard kickoff returns last week, one by each team. Amazing.
I clocked them in 10-5.
Oh, me.
But see, last week he was on the far side. This week we're going to fool him and get him on this side over here.
You're going to switch them around.
I bet you
Well,
that.
do you reckon our coaches scouted A.Maceo and they realized that A.Maceo kicks off from the left hash?
I bet you he kicks it over this way.
I bet he does too.
I think we had scouts in Dallas the last 2 Saturdays, didn't we?
We sure have.
Yes, we have.
A.Maceo has played the 2 previous games Saturday nights in Dallas.
Last weekend, A.Maceo Smith losing 40-12 to South Garland. As actually kicking off for A.Maceo Smith is Artie Settle, number 56, is who's going to kick off. As it's Brian Brown at the 5-yard line, Neal and Page at the 10. Here's the kick on the far side. Page will take it at the 12. He goes straight up, cuts towards the middle, and he'll be brought down at the 25, and that's where the Lions will start this game off.
Good return. We got the ball to the 25. Fixing to set our offense out there and just see what happens.
As starting tonight for the Lions at quarterback is junior Jonathan Stovall. Of course, in the backfield will be Derek Bo Page and Kenyatta Neal.
This is the 3rd quarterback in 3 games that we've started. At Palestine, we started Philip Corley. Last week, we started Travis Adams, and tonight, Jonathan Stovall.
Lions going left to right on the dial. Page down in a stance. Neal upright. Here's the snap. Snowball pitches it to the near side. Neal with some room at the 30, 35, around the corner to the 40, and out at the 41-yard line, and a quick pickup of 16 on the play.
Boy, I tell you what,
yeah.
Good blocking on the point of attack, and our cornerback, our wing back knocked down the end, and the Page knocked down, Brown and Page both knocked their guys off their feet.
You just can't draw it up any prettier than that. The way we blocked in there, the lineman pulled, got up, got on their people, tied them up. You just can't draw it up any prettier than that.
Last week, Neal with 3 touchdowns. He has 197 yards rushing on the year. Lions at the line, 1st and 10 at their own 41 now with 11:45 on the clock. Here's the snap. Stovall goes back to pass, looking for a man. He has one at the 50, and it is complete to number 1, Pat Brown, who we just mentioned in the pregame show.
Right, just a good little sprint out pass. Simpson went deep, and Pat Brown in the flat. Good throw on 1st down. And it's great to see the Henderson Lions sprint out and throw on 1st down because that keeps you honest on the defense. They can't load up on early down. So I'm sure Coach Alexander wants to mix up tonight and throw and run and not wait till certain situations because we got good field position right here. So I think he's going to mix it up tonight.
8-yard pickup at the 49 of the Lions. 2nd and 2 to go. Stovall looking back in the backfield, making sure everybody's set. He's under center. Here's the snap, pitch to Brown on the right side. He goes to the 50, 45, cuts back up inside to the 40, falls down at the 38-yard line. Good running.
Good running, good blocking in there. Kenyatta Neal last week just ran all over the world. Tonight he started out the first play. He got great yardage, and guess what he did this play? He ran in there and blocked and got the defensive back down so Brian Brown could pick up that extra yards. Good blocking, good running. Way to go, lineman.
I think you're going to see lots of backs carry the ball tonight because of this heat humidity. There's Brian Brown in there early.
1st and 10, 2nd first down on this drive. It's at the 37 of the Falcons. Here's the snap. Stovall rolls out to the far side, sets the pass, puts it up, and it falls short of Charles Simpson at the 23-yard line.
Boy, Charlie, that time I watched the offensive lineman, and I watched him pull out there. Grant Vitito, of course, Javis Wright was out there. He was the backside guard. He pulled out, and he turned around, and he peeled just like you're supposed to do and looked backside, and Jonathan had 2 days to throw it if he'd have wanted.
Great protection there.
Great protection.
That offensive line, Doug Gibbons, Grant Vitito, Chad McCray, Javis Wright, and Matt Appleton from left to right. They come to the line, 2nd and 10 at the 37. Neal and Page in the backfield. And it's Pat Brown, right side wingback. Here's the snap, quick pitch left side. Page with it. He has a lead blocker up to the 30, scoots outside, and goes down to the 27-yard line. And that's going to be close to a 1st down.
Boy, that is just great running and great blocking. I watched Chad McCray that time, our center. They're running a 5 defense against us. They've got a nose guard, 2 linebackers, and 2 tackles, and 2 defensive ends. And Chad that time did a little slip block where he slipped around the nose guard and came on the backside linebacker, and he had great position, good blocking.
Doug Gibbons was pulling, leading out there. He led him down the field about 10 yards. Good job by Gibbons, too.
Whole new backfield as it's Fred Bowens, Brian Brown, and Kenneth Williams is the wingback. 1st and 10 at the 27. Here's the snap. It's handed to Bowens. He goes up inside over to the 25 to the 24, a pickup of 3. So that will make it 2nd and 7.
Well, I tell you what, I was watching that time. I watched Brian Brown that time. A while ago, Brian Brown had a great run. This time he's got a great block. You know, we are just seeing lots of the Henderson Lions out there playing football, and they're getting after it.
9:40 on the clock, first quarter, no score yet, first drive of the game. Lions moving the ball, 2nd and 8 at the 25 of the Falcons. They're set. Here's the pitch to Brown. He cuts it inside, has some room to the 20, up to the 15, probably marked at the 16-yard line, and that is going to be another first down for the Lions.
Real good job. Looked like Brown might be stopped a couple of yards past the line of scrimmage. He saw some daylight, made a real quick cutback.
Boy, he did, Charlie.
Made a good run, I tell you.
A definite shuttle system in the backfield is Neal and Page and Brown come into the game now, Pat Brown. And out go Bowens and the rest of that gang as it's 9:13 on the clock. Stovall leads them to the line, 1st and 10 at the 16 now. Here's a snap pitch to the near side as cutting up to the 15 is Derek Page, and he may have 1 yard.
Yeah, that time, A.Maceo Smith did a good job of playing the outside, and he caused us. We really, I think, wanted to get outside, but I think the way the technique that A.Maceo played, it caused us to cut back, and we really didn't want to. And they made a good defensive play that time. They figured it out pretty quick, like, so get ready. Coach Alexander is going to do something different, I'll bet you.
That left side of the line for the Falcons features Paul Dodd, who's 6'3" and 360 pounds. 2nd and 10, still at the 16. Neal and Page still in the backfield. Stovall straight back, passes it in the end zone. Simpson dives and can't come down with it. Just out of his reach, a high pass by Stovall. And it looks like a flag and probably holding. No. It's
they roughed the passer.
Roughing the passer against, that's a big break as the Falcons commit a huge penalty here deep in their own territory.
Before that flag was thrown, I didn't see it. I watched the ball when it left his hand. I thought maybe it might have been a holding because it was thrown way back in the backfield, but evidently they hit a little bit too late.
That was a new wrinkle right there, wasn't it, Charlie? We sprinted left. Every receiver we had was over on the right side sprinting right. He sprinted left and threw back to the right side, and I don't recall ever seeing that.
We hadn't thrown that one before.
I didn't think so. That's
going to be an automatic first down, and the ball will be spotted at the 7-yard line. 8:18 left in the first quarter. Page and Neal in the backfield. Kenneth Williams, the wingback. Here's a snap, pitch to the far side to Neal. He has Page as the lead blocker to the 5, and he dives out at about the 3. No, he's going to be marked at the 4-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st and goal situation.
Again, A.Maceo Smith strung that one out, did a good job. We picked up the first down, but A.Maceo did a great job that time stringing it out because he can break them just at any given second.
As we have a timeout, 8:10 left on the clock. No score, first quarter on Henderson Lions football.
We're behind you all the way, Lions, from the classroom to the football field. Best of luck from the law firm of Welburn, Houston, Atkinson, Mann, Sadler, and Hill.
East Tex Telephone Cooperative Incorporated serves 11 East Texas counties with 21 exchanges and over 25,000 customers. In fact, East Tex Telephone Cooperative Incorporated is the largest telephone cooperative in Texas, providing rural telephone service to many East Texas communities. As our Rusk County students strive for continued success in all activities, East Tex Telephone Cooperative Incorporated wishes them the very best of luck.
8:10 left here in the first quarter. Your Lions on a long drive. They started at their own 25, and they're now at the 4-yard line of the Falcons. They come to the line led by Jonathan Stovall, who started this ball game. Third different starting quarterback for the Lions this season. Page and Neal in the backfield. Here's the toss near side to Page. He cuts it up inside, over to 5, finding his way near the goal line, and he's close.
Ooh, I thought he had it.
Oh, man, that's right on the line, and he's just short of scoring 6 points.
Boy, he was cutting up to go. He was looking for that pay dirt. Now, I don't know if this is going to become an issue right now. Is it third down or is it second down?
It should be second down.
I think the official just marked it third down. Now, I don't know if that's an issue or not.
And the down indicator on the far side of the field says third down as well. As the clock starts at 7:35. Lions looking to punch it in. Stovall under center. Line is set. Here's the snap. Pitch back to Neal, and he goes to the line and scoots over finally with the score. He was almost stopped short, but he fights his way in, and the Lions are on the board.
He was just twisting and turning and just turning those legs and trying to get pay dirt, and it really doesn't matter if it's second or third down now, does it?
Not at all, as it renders it mute, and out comes Clayton Kirsch to kick the extra point. And this guy, it's going to be hard to doubt when he's out there kicking an extra point. He kicks it so high and straight, as the hold right now will be by Pat Brown. Usually Shannon Cox, the punter, with the hold. Here's the snap. Here's the ball down. It's up, and it is no good to the left side, and that will keep the score 6-0. 7:21 on the clock, and you're listening to Henderson Lions football.
Turning points, those times in our lives that make a dramatic impact. Marriage, divorce, a child's birth, a death. These are just a few of life's turning points. But life's ultimate turning point is where we will spend eternity. I'm Jerry Wilson, pastor of Henderson's First Baptist Church, and I want to invite you to join us Sundays at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. as we discover biblical answers and support for life's turning points.
There was a time when the automatic teller machine was new. Some people were leery of it. Sure hope that thing doesn't eat my money. With time, the ATM achieved worldwide acceptance. Couldn't get along without my ATM card. Banking should be convenient. Use your ATM card. People's State Bank. Member FDIC.
Looking forward to your future.
A 75-yard drive by the Lions opens up this game, capped by a 1-yard touchdown run by Kenyatta Neal. As it's 6-0, the extra point missed by Clayton Kirsch. 7:21 left in the first quarter, and the Lions will kick it off. Clayton Kirsch doing the duties there. I'm Charles Witt alongside Bobby Briscoe and Charlie Franklin. Thanks for joining us tonight here on KGRI, the voice of the Lions.
That was Clayton Kirsch's first miss of the year. He's done a great job, but he just missed one, and I don't think he's going to miss many more. He'll come back.
As here's the kick, and he kicks it on the far side. It's going to be caught at the 5 as the Falcons bring it right up the middle, and that's where they'll be down at the 20-yard line, a return of 5, as on the return there for the Falcons is number 7, Keldrick Beasley.
Boy, I tell you what, Mark Browning was headhunting that time.
You know, our special teams have done that all year, though.
He had about really, 2 more, I tell you.
Yeah.
They were looking for somebody to hit, and they went in there pretty tough.
1st and 10 at the 21 for the Falcons. They have pretty much a pro-style offensive set. They put out 2 wideouts almost every time. 2 in the backfield. Their quarterback is senior Morris Dade. In the backfield, number 17, Devosky Hall, and number 2, Dennis Johnson. Johnson is the tailback. They're split in the backfield, 1 man in motion. Here's the snap. It's handed on the near side and stacked right at the line, and that could be a loss of maybe 2 on the play.
I couldn't even tell who got in on the tackle. He hit him so quick and so hard, it just buried him.
Jeremy Blanton was the linebacker, and I think it was our defensive 2 technique there, Mayfield and Justin and Ballinger. They just crushed him.
My word. Y'all, you just can't believe that shot right there. That's unbelievable. They were in there so quick he didn't even have time to get to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be 2nd and 11 at the 20. Going out far side is Keldrick Beasley. Near side is number 20, Dwight Davis. 2 in the backfield. They're split. 1 man in motion. Now a flag is thrown as time runs out on the Falcons, and they'll be pushed back even further. In the backfield right now for them is Devosky Hall and number 20, Dwight Davis. He's been going in motion. They're split out, Cedric Tankersley and Keldrick Beasley.
It's like old Nate Newton over at left tackle. They all run behind him.
That's
No, he's bigger than Nate. Nate's a sleek 3-0, about a 307, 308.
Their left tackle, Brandon Hodges, 335 pounds. 2 split out near side for the Falcons. 1 far side and 2 in the backfield split. Dade under center, 2nd and 16 at the 15. Davis in motion. Here's a handoff right side and getting nowhere on that play as well for the Falcons. It looked like Beasley carrying for them.
Scott Godwin's getting up. Shane Ballinger's getting up out there, and 2 of our linebackers. Golly,
they tried to run a dive left, and we stuffed them. And they ran a dive right, and we stuffed them. They're going to do something besides run dive, but we're going to stuff them all night.
I was watching Justin Mayfield, the defensive tackle that time, and he stuffed this guard on this side, too.
As in the backfield for the Falcons, Hall and also DeAndre Ritten. Here's the snap. Dade drops back to pass, puts it up, and it hops in front of his intended receiver at the 16, as that looked like Devosky Hall out of the backfield. And that's 4th and 16, and the Falcons will have to punt it away. A good defensive series for the Lions.
Oh, just completely dominated the offensive line and the line of scrimmage right there. I mean, you're just, my word, that's the way to play defense.
As dropping back to receive the punt for the Lions, Charles Simpson and Brian Brown. They are at about the 42-yard line of the Falcons. Dropping back to punt it for the Falcons is James Foster. Foster plays a number of positions for the Falcons. Here's the snap and a flag thrown. The kick is a high one, and it's going to drop at the 40. It's Brian Brown picks it up at the 45, comes near side up the middle now, and he'll be brought down at the 41. But there's a flag on the play.
If Brian keeps doing that, Charlie, I'm going to have to bring my nitroglycerin up here. He reached out and snagged that ball with one hand, his right hand, and then tried to, he was all the way on the left side over there, almost on the numbers, and tried to run it around all the way back to this side.
We're going to refuse a penalty. It was against them, but we're going to refuse it and take the ball right there.
And that's great field position, as it will be marked at the 42-yard line of the Falcons. So the Lions with another great chance to, on their second drive, to put some more points on the board. 5:14 here in the first quarter. Lions 6-0.
You know, we blocked the punt last week, so that time they had 12 on the team out there. They're going to try to make sure they kept us out.
Did they? You know, their coach James Blackwell, said that if their secondary has to start making the tackles, they're in trouble, and that's exactly what happened our first offensive series. Their secondary was having to make the tackles, and they were in trouble.
Page and Neal in the backfield. Kenneth Williams, left side wingback. Stovall drops back to pass. And he has time, scoots and throws. He has a man wide open at the 10, Page with it, and he goes to the 1-yard line.
Oh, give us a touchdown.
Oh, my
word. The pylon was gone.
Look at him. Yeah, Mark on, yeah, he's pointing. Oh, good job. Good job, Bo. Jonathan, that time, it was pass all the way. Jonathan, that time, just stayed cool, stayed calm, under control. And I looked out there, and Kenyatta Neal had peeled back, and he plucked off one of their, looked like a blitzing outside linebacker. Just gave Jonathan the time. Good throw, good catch, good yardage.
And great protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had plenty of time, man.
You like the awareness of Stovall on that play.
Yeah.
1st and goal to go at the goal line. Just about a foot out for the Lions. Neal and Page in the backfield. Kenneth Williams right side at wingback. 4:46 on the clock. Here's the snap. Handed right up the middle, and he's through. It looks like Page with the carry, and he gets the touchdown, and the Lions lead it 12-0.
I'll tell you what, I like that last play, though. I like the way the offensive line did their job in there, but I also like the way that Kenyatta Neal rolled back in there and helped protect the quarterback and gave him time to throw. Charles, you're seeing something now from Jonathan Stovall that we saw last year when he was a sophomore. He has some brilliance. He'll shine on you. I mean, he'll just come out, and next thing you know, something great happens, you know. And so I'm glad to see that tonight. We're gonna need that.
As holding is Pat Brown. The ball's down, kicked up by Kirsch, and this one straight and true, and that makes it 13-0. 4:41 left first quarter on Henderson Lions football.
Smith Chevrolet Olds Cadillac wants you to know about the new 98 Chevy trucks. The best-selling CK pickup now has pass lock theft deterrent system, dual airbags, and automatic transmission enhancements. Tahoe and Suburban also have these features, along with optional comfort and security package on LT models. The OnStar system is also optional on Chevy trucks. And remember that four-wheel drive models have the latest on-demand four-wheel drive systems. Come by Smith Chevrolet Olds Cadillac, Highway 79 in East Main, on the savings side of the street in Henderson.
Henderson Tire has the largest selection of Cooper tires at the guaranteed lowest prices in Rusk County. They also provide full mechanic services. Henderson Tire features 90-day same-as-cash on all our products and services, as well as 6-month and 12-month same-as-cash. We also guarantee the lowest prices. As always, we offer free pickup and delivery, and most tire installations are in and out in 45 minutes. At Henderson Tire, there's no appointment necessary. Come by anytime for great service. Henderson Tire, 205 South Marshall in the old Montgomery Wards building.
Lions lead it 13-0, and they get ready for their second kickoff of the night after a 1-yard touchdown run by Derek Bo Page on a 2-play drive. A 41-yard pass from Stovall to Page, and then Page capped it off with that run, and Clayton Kirsch with the extra point. 4:41 left first quarter as Kirsch gets ready to kick it off at the 40. Back to receive the kick for the Falcons is Terrence Moore, Keldrick Beasley, and DeAndre Ryden. There's the kick by Kirsch, and it's to the near side, a high one. That's going to force Ryden at the 5. He drops it, picks it back up at the 12, and he's hammered.
Joe Powell.
Oh, what a smash.
Joe Powell, number
Powell.
46. Oh, he put a shot on him. It hurt me. He hit him so hard. My word, Joe.
Joe hit one down at Palestine a couple weeks ago. It gave me a headache for 3 days.
We better get some Excedrin up here right now.
I'm telling you, Joe came down the field. I was just wondering if who the headhunter was going to be that time. These guys are going down there with destruction on their mind, boy.
Kamikaze spirit.
Yeah, we're going to name that bunch of kamikaze if we keep that up.
Ooh.
Gonna have to wear a one of those red sun on their foreheads from now on. They're going in there so quick. 4:32 first quarter. Falcons 1st and 10 at their own 14. 2 wide right, 1 wide left. Dade under center. He drops back to pass. He under pressure, and it's picked off at the 25. Going in is Jeffrey Holman, and he'll score untouched. And the Lions up 19-0 on a 25-yard interception return by Jeffrey Holman.
Boy, you just cannot take chalk and a chalkboard and draw it up any prettier than that. We had them absolutely covered in the secondary, and we had pressure on the quarterback with our down lineman. And he threw the ball just about as straight to Jeffrey as he could.
You know, you talking about the color blue they got? He got his colors mixed up that time.
Yeah, he did. They're cobalt blue, and we're
royal blue.
And he just threw it right straight to him. And Jeffrey was playing in the middle, and he hadn't played much there, this year. He did last week, but not this year.
Looked like Shane Ballinger came in and put the hit on Dade with the pressure there. Here's the kick by Kirsch, and it's through, and the Lions lead it 20-0. 4:20 left in the first quarter on Henderson Lions football.
At Boral Bricks, we understand people's taste. Whatever your need, whatever color, whatever style, we have just what you want. Because at Boral Bricks, we've known all along that it's more than just a brick. It's the home of your dreams. Just call 1-800-5-BORAL-5 to receive a free brochure and the location of the showroom nearest you. Boral Bricks, a solid decision to build your dreams on.
Citizens National Bank wants to be the most convenient bank in Henderson. I'm Milton McGee, president of Citizens National Bank. That is why our main bank lobby is open to 6 p.m. on Friday, Southside branch lobby to 6 p.m. on Monday, and our Southside drive-in is open on Saturday mornings from 9 a.m. to noon. Remember, we always open our drive-ins at 7:45 a.m. each morning and close at 5:30 or 6 p.m. depending upon the day. Give us a try. Citizens National Bank is a member of FDIC.
Lions ready to kick it off again. They're up 20-0 after a 25-yard interception return by Jeffrey Holman. As Clayton Kirsch ready to kick it.
Let's see if he can keep that name, a kamikaze squad, Charles. Let's see if they deserve it this time. Let's see which one's the first one down and who gets a good lick.
Let's see who's the quickest. Here's the kick. A good one by Kirsch again. That one's going near the goal line as it's taken there by Beasley. He comes up to the 10, 15, scrambles up to the, actually to the 12-yard line where he'll be brought down. And that's where the
number 30,
Falcons
Kenneth Williams, is getting up. I tell you what I saw. I saw Mark Browning and I saw Joe Powell getting down that field, though, and they took out a couple of blockers. My word, they'll get down that football field, and they'll hit you when they get there.
It starts to feed off of itself when you have that type of spirit on a special teams.
Boy,
everybody wants to outdo the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for A.Maceo Smith at their own 12.
Kanan Wilhite's in the ball game playing in the secondary.
As it gives Coach Dennis Alexander and his staff a chance to see a lot of faces out there tonight. 2 wide right for the Falcons. 1 wide near side. Here's the snap and stuffed at the line as the lead blocked by Dodd, but in there Holman with a piece of number 20, and that is Dwight Davis.
Gosh, hey, you know, we're just teeing off on them. They were trying to run an isolation off their tackle that time with a lead back, and Jeremy saw it, and he went in there and just literally took the lead back out, and Jeffrey was right behind him, and that's when you heard Charlie go, ooh.
Was that me that said that?
Yeah, that was you.
Has no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 12. Falcons send 2 to the near side, wide out. 1 to the far side. Dade under center. Here's the snap. Handed right side to Davis. He gets up to the 15, maybe over to the 16. A pickup of 4, and that'll be 3rd and 6.
Charles Simpson said he wanted part of the action. So he got up in there and made him a good play.
We're still in the first quarter, a little over 3 minutes to go. Still a lot of football left. The Lions jumped off to a 20-0 lead here. And we're still in the first quarter.
We'll take a look at the Dogwood Orthopedic Clinic scoreboard in a moment, as there's 3:02 left here in the first quarter. Coming near side for the Falcons is James Foster and also Xavier Brown. 1 right side for them. Here's a snap, I formation, handed right side to Davis. He has room to the 20, 25, and he's brought down at the 30 as Charles Simpson makes the tackle. It at the 30. Dade looking to get the sign, or says the signal from the sideline from Coach James Blackwell. Going out of the game for the Falcons, Xavier Brown. Right side, wide out, Keldrick Beasley. Near side for the Falcons, Cedric Tankersley. He's also joined by one other on the left side. Split backfield, Dade back to pass. Looks left side, dumps it out into the flat. As it's not completed as it was intended for James Foster, but it hit the ground before he could come up with it, and thank goodness.
Matt Thigpen, the linebacker on this side, was out there. He went out and he had him look like it was one-on-one, man-to-man out there. They just ran a little flare out to the left side.
As we'll now bring you a scoreboard update brought to you by Dogwood Orthopedic Clinic. Dr. Roger C. Sessions, Dr. Sean M. Figueri. Call 657-1441. We'll bring you the scores after this play. 2nd and 10 at the 30 for the Falcons. 2:08 on the clock. Dade drops back to pass, and it is incomplete, just out of the reach of Foster, this time on the right side in the flat.
There's going to be a little quick screen, and he threw a little bit too quick. The receiver wasn't quite ready for it. What you got there on the score, Charles?
Class 5A action, a great ball game. Featured a couple of good games, as it's Lake Highlands 3, Longview nothing. Also in the action around the area, it's Dallas Carter visiting John Tyler. Robert E. Lee 7 and Texas High 7 up at Texarkana. And in Class 4A action, Carthage 3 and Nacogdoches nothing so far. 3rd and 10 for the Falcons at their own 30. Day drops back to pass. Looks near side to Foster. And he's
my.
nailed before he can hold on to it. As coming in to make that play is number 70, as that's Matt Thigpen.
Gosh, Matt had it on his mind that time.
Other Class 4A action that we have scores from. White House 7, Sulphur Springs nothing.
Be interesting to see how Carthage does defensively against Nacogdoches. They're number 1 in the state, East Texas, Bobby, defensively.
Yep.
They want to give up 65 yards a game rushing. They're really proud of their defense down there.
So 4th and 10, and James Foster drops back to punt for the Falcons. Charles Simpson and Brian Brown at the 41 of the Lions to receive the punt. As once there's another flag on this play, he'll stop it before it gets started, as once again it goes against...
Well, they had
A.Maceo.
12 people out there again, and they try to do it again. And that referee back there ain't going to let them have 12.
You just can't. You look in the rule book every time, and it says 11 on each side.
Well,
so that will push it back to the 24-yard line. As
they are really, I mean, you have to, really feel for A.Maceo. They are really, really down. And last year we were sitting here playing them, and we didn't know how it was going to go. Now we've got a timeout.
Timeout, 1:58 left first quarter, 20-0 Lions on Henderson Lions football.
Peterson's Home Furnishings is having an RCA kickoff sale. Watch the Henderson Lions and your favorite college and pro teams this football season on a new RCA TV. This RCA 46-inch big screen TV has picture-in-picture, SRS surround stereo sound, and digital focus, only $14.99. Now there's no more endless channel searching with the all-new TV Guide Plus feature. Get 6 months, same as cash, on 27 to 61-inch models, like this 27-inch home theater stereo TV, just $599. Record and watch your favorite games on this RCA 4-head hi-fi stereo VCR, only $229. Come in now for the RCA kickoff sale at Peterson's Home Furnishings, where quality is the difference.
Expecting a special delivery? Then we're expecting you at the birthplace. Henderson Memorial Hospital's new state-of-the-art childbirth and maternity care center. The birthplace offers a warm atmosphere with large, beautifully decorated rooms, the expertise of special physicians, nurses, and staff, and the finest monitoring system available, all to provide high-quality care for moms and newborns. The birthplace at Henderson Memorial Hospital, a special place for your special delivery.
And the Falcons try for the second time now to punt it away. They're 4th and 15 at their own 25. Charles Simpson, Brian Brown back at now the 45 of the Lions to receive the punt. James Foster punting it, and it's around and around, and Brian Brown will take it at the 41. Comes near side. He has room. If he can get around the corner, he's at the 47, and he is brought down there by number 24. And if number 24 doesn't get him, nobody does.
No, that's right. He's the last silver-shirted Falcon between here and Laneville.
That is senior Jeremy Bolton for the Falcons.
Laneville.
Well, that's where he's going toward.
Get that in this?
He's going toward Laneville. He's going.
Next thing you go mentions Carlisle.
No, he's running south toward Laneville.
1st and 10 for the Lions at the 47 of the Falcons. 2 wide out, Simpson near side. 2 in the backfield split, that's Neal and Page. Here's the snap. Left side, it's to Williams. He catches it at the 42. Splits and dives over to 35 to the 34. A quick hitch.
It really was, and Jonathan just executed it just perfectly. Good blocking, good everything.
I really like what I see out of Kenneth Williams, a junior. He is going to come out of the game now, is replaced by Pat Brown.
He's coming out of the game, Charlie, and he's running in the direction of Overton.
That's right.
All right, guys, put away the road maps now. As it's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Hey, we have some fans in Overton.
Coming your way, Mr. Riley.
Well, if we have some fans in Overton, maybe they're already at the ball game. 2 wide right. Here's the snap. Stovall drops back, puts it up. He has Simpson at the 24. He comes inside over to the 20. A host of Falcons. The ball squirts free, but he was already locked up, and it's at the 19, a pickup of 15.
Now, we got some listeners over there that don't come to the ball game, but they listen every week, and that's what we were alluding to.
Oh, I was just kidding,
Yeah.
you guys.
They got some radios out at Carlisle. They can.
I understand that.
First and 10 now at the 19 as Stovall goes over to the sideline, picks up the play from Coach Alexander and brings them to the line. 56 seconds left here in the first quarter, 20-0 Lions lead it. Standard set for the Lions in the wing T formation with Neal and Page. Stovall drops back to pass, goes far side, puts it up, and Pat Brown, it's intended for him, but incomplete at the goal line as it was an up and out, and it looked like the ball was just a little bit overthrown on that play.
It was just a little overthrown there, and there could have been just a little confusion there on the pattern. A good play. We just didn't complete it.
Alan Ayton comes into the game with the play now. Sets up 2nd and 10. Stops the clock at 42 seconds. Lions trying to score for the 4th time here in the first quarter. Neal and Page in the backfield. Alan Ayton right side as the wingback. Charles Simpson left side as the tight end. Here's the snap. Stovall back to pass. Under heavy pressure, scoots up in the middle, and now he'll be brought down at the 24-yard line as he's finally tackled there by number 80, Cedric Tankersley. And that is going to set up 3rd and long. Clock running at 24 seconds.
I think we're
3rd
going
and 15.
I think he's going to let the clock run out. No, he sent somebody in. They've got to play. They're going to run it.
Yep, Kenneth Williams with the play. Now he goes wide to the left side. Charles Simpson wide to the right. Split in the backfield is Neal and Page. Falcons stack the line. Here's the snap. Looking towards Simpson's side. He puts it up. Simpson down with it at the 5, and he goes out of bounds at the 4. And a pickup of 21 and a first down, and that will run out time here in the first quarter. 1st and goal to go for the Lions when we start up the second quarter. Lions 20, Falcons nothing on Henderson Lions football.
We're behind you all the way, Lions, from the classroom to the football field. Best of luck from the law firm of Welburn, Houston, Atkinson, Mann, Sadler, and Hill.
East Tex Telephone Cooperative Incorporated serves 11 East Texas counties with 21 exchanges and over 25,000 customers. In fact, East Tex Telephone Cooperative Incorporated is the largest telephone cooperative in Texas, providing rural telephone service to many East Texas communities. As our Rusk County students strive for continued success in all activities, East Tex Telephone Cooperative Incorporated wishes them the very best of luck.
And back here at Henderson Lions Stadium, we start the second quarter. Lions up 20-0 and threatening to score again as they have it 1st and goal at the Falcons 4-yard line. Lions now going right to left on your radio dial.
A.Maceo Smith got the win this quarter.
Oh boy. You better watch it there.
I believe it was emotion, yeah.
Yeah, there's a flag thrown on the play as the ball was handed off to Kenyatta Neal. He goes near side with it, but a flag thrown right away. And like Charlie said, it looked like motion on the line. We'll see
Well,
for
I
the
tell you,
call.
there's about 4 people in this box up here and several people at the stadium and quite a few on the sideline. Like to see a little breeze, wouldn't it?
Yes.
It's really still and humid.
And that really necessitates that rotation in the backfield. As that will, the officials still talking with the captain of the Falcons to decide to call is the defensive captain for A.Maceo Smith is Keldrick Beasley.
They've got to take it.
They're going to take the penalty, sure.
I don't know what the Yep, there it is. It's marked off. And it will be put down at the 9 now. So, goal to go still. But it's now 1st and 9 as Stovall trots from the sideline with the play. Kenneth Williams will be the wingback on the right side. Neal and Page in the backfield. Simpson left side as the tight end. Here's the snap. Stovall pitches it to Neal right side. He has room. He's at the 10 into the 4-yard line. A flag is thrown though, and that's in the backfield. Could be holding.
Sure could.
Could very easily. I tell you what, A.Maceo, the score doesn't show it, but A.Maceo's got a little ability in the secondary. They've got some speed.
It is holding, and it goes against the Lions. And that's second penalty in a row.
Coach Mayfield walked out over to the official on this side and said, who was it?
Had to be a back, I think, or could have been possibly in a wing back, but
I think it's probably an end over there, Charlie, because the way he reacted to the flag, I think maybe that's what it was. He's getting a pat on the back right now.
Kenneth Williams.
Yep. Marked at the 20 now.
Actually, I don't believe it was Kenneth.
Oh, you don't think it was?
I believe it's Terrence.
Okay.
Now into the game for the Lions is Pat Brown. He's left side as the wingback. Page and Neal in the backfield. Here's the snap. Stovall drops back to pass. He has time, drops it up to Neal, and he drops it at the 25, and it looked like he wanted to run with it.
Took his eye off
Actually,
of it.
he wanted to run with it before he caught it. You're right. We had a little screen set up on this side over here. Do we call that the slip? Little slip screen on this side?
Slip screen, and it was there, I tell you. He just took his eye off the ball, and you got to catch it before you run with it, Kenyatta.
That time, Jeffrey, I watched Terrence Oliver on this side. He literally knocked the defensive end on this side back a good 4 yards.
Second down and 20 to go for the Lions as they send two near side wide out. Charles Simpson and Pat Brown. Neal and Page in the backfield. Stovall with the snap. Drops straight back. Now scoots up inside, sets the throw, and now he's sacked at the 25.
Ooh, hit him late.
And with the sack is number 24, and that is Jeremy Moulton. That will be back at the 25 now and third down.
As easily as we operated on them in the first quarter, Charlie, is this now, in your opinion, becoming a mental game?
Partly, but you know, Coach Alexander's put him in different formations and different situations, and he wants to see him react to different situations. You know what I mean? Part of it is mental, but we've got to do it a number of times. But if we're going to be a passing team, we've got to throw it a lot early, you know.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, a lot of it's mental, yes.
Simpson wide out to the near side. Brown to the far side. Stovall, quick drop, puts it up to Simpson, and it's just out of his reach. He was backing up, trying to make a diving catch at the 2, and it went off his fingertips.
That would have been a real pretty catch.
That would have.
So that's fourth down now at the 25. Clayton Kirsch will come out.
Good. This will be the first time this year that he's actually tried a field goal, isn't it? Because we've scored most of the time we were down there against Palestine and
yeah, he hasn't really had an opportunity.
No, so this will be his first field goal attempt.
A 42-yard attempt for Clayton Kirsch.
Well, we know he's got the leg. There's no doubt there.
With the hold is Pat Brown. Here's the snap. Ball down. Kick is up. It is long, and it is through. Clayton Kirsch, a 42-yard field goal, and that puts the Lions up 23-0 with 2:09 left here in the second quarter.
I mean, a lot to spare, too.
Turning points, those times in our lives that make a dramatic impact. Marriage, divorce, a child's birth, a death. These are just a few of life's turning points. But life's ultimate turning point is where we will spend eternity. I'm Jerry Wilson, pastor of Henderson's First Baptist Church, and I want to invite you to join us Sundays at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. as we discover biblical answers and support for life's turning points.
For your convenience, we offer drive-up banking. As time goes by, it seems that we all just get busier. The drive-up saves time. It's also great when you've got a car full of kids, a dog, and 10 sacks of groceries. Use the drive-up. Looking forward to your future. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Looking forward to your future.
Lions Falcons set to kick it off here as they just had a 42-yard field goal by Clayton Kirsch. Lions up 23-0 with 10:09 left here in the second quarter. They'll kick it right to left on your radio dial. Clayton Kirsch will kick it away. 3 back to receive for the Falcons, as that is Terrence Moore near side, Keldrick Beasley in the middle, and DeAndre Ryden on the left side. Kick near side, and it's taken at the 2 by Moore. He comes in the inside, and he's cut down and it's fumbled. And there's a scramble, and it looks like the Falcons will recover as number 7, Keldrick Beasley, recovers. But a big pop, and there's that special teams again, guys.
My word, and that was number 26, Charles Leaton. He did get out in the field, and he hit so hard the ball just, he not only fumbled the football, there's 2 or 3 teeth laying out there somewhere. Gosh, what a shot.
Coach Glenn jumped 18 feet in the air, flat-footed when he saw that hit.
Woo!
Things are looking nice here so far.
There they are.
It's 1st and 10 for A.Maceo Smith at their own 10. Coming wide to the near side for them is Xavier Brown. 1 wide left, also Brown joined by James Foster on the near side. I formation, handed off to the second man, Dwight Davis. He's met in the backfield, dragged down at the 6. Looked like Holman in on the play.
Yeah, Holman was the first one in there. Then Jeffrey Blanton came in 44, but 45. Jeffrey Holman was the first guy in there.
Yeah, but he was in there. I saw Justin Jackson in on the play. He's out there in the secondary for us. So is Travis Adams.
45 Holman was a tight end last year, Charles, and first is a sophomore. His first football game, the first time he touched the ball, he caught a touchdown pass.
Not a bad way to start it off.
This year they moved him to defense.
2nd and 12 at the 7 now.
Brett Mitchell's out there.
Coming near side, James Foster for the Falcons. 2 split out to the far side. I formation. Here's the snap. Dade hands it to the second man through, and Jeremy Blanton nails him at the 5-yard line, as with that carry was DeAndre Ridden.
But, you know, things like that's what makes a football team. A guy giving up some glory to play offensive tight end, but willing to go to defense, you know, as a team player. And these Henderson Lions are really team players. That's what makes them one thing that makes them a good football team, because they're unselfish and they play together. They don't care who does it as long as the team does it.
Number 80 is out on the field at defensive end. That's Junior Anthony. Number 57 is out playing a defensive tackle, Alfredo Gonzalez. We're getting to see some new folks out there, getting these linemen some rest.
3rd and 14 now at the 5 of the Falcons. Under center's Dade, split in the backfield. Dade drops back to pass. Looks near side, completes it at the 2, but as it's caught by number 80, Cedric Tankersley, but he's met by a host of Lions, and that's going to be another loss.
Yeah, Matt Thigpen, a linebacker that time, came up and made a great tackle, wrapped him up. Defensive tackle Alfredo Gonzalez was hustling out there, and he got in on the tackle too. Good job, good hustle.
4th and 16, and the Falcons will have to punt it away at their own 3-yard line. Charles Simpson, Brian Brown back at the 35 of the Falcons to receive the punt.
Nearly broke it a while ago. Had the wall there. Brian Brown got there a little bit late.
Brown and Simpson going to scoot up near the 32-yard line. Foster deep in his own end zone. Has to watch out he doesn't put that back foot on the line. Here's the snap, and the kick is off. It is high and straight and right. It doesn't go very far. Drops at the 21 and will be downed by the Falcons at their own 28-yard line. A kick of 25 yards, and it really went about 17.
Yeah.
And rolled a little bit. So a high, short kick, and the Lions, great territory here as they start their possession at the 28 of the Falcons.
Might have been the best thing that happened, though, for them, because we were holding them up, and I really think that one of our backs are going to make a pretty good return.
Simpson and Pat Brown wide to the right side.
Corley at quarterback.
Philip Corley now at quarterback. Here's the snap. He pitches it near side. And with the carry and through to the 20, down to the 10 is number 37. That is Chris Starling. There's a flag on the play, though. Starling with a good burst of speed.
Good run.
Yeah.
Holding against the Lions.
We're giving our offensive linemen, most of them are still out there, but Alfredo Gonzalez is in at the, he'll be at the strong side tackle.
So that will push the ball back to the 38-yard line, and Philip Corley comes out with this play. Travis Adams into the game now as well.
Yep. Alfredo's at the quick side tackle. Grant Vitito's quick side guard. Of course, Chad McRae's still the center. Javis Wright's still our right side, our strong side guard. And of course, the junior Matt Appleton, who played last year as a sophomore, is our strong side tackle.
Simpson near side wide out. Brown right side. Here's a snap, pitch to Starling, right side up to the 35-30. He gets around the end, it's 25-20, and finally brought out, down and out at the 17, it looks like, as he got around that corner very well.
Pat Brown, the wingback, went out and blocked the safety on the ground. He got up and started to make the play, and Adams from the backfield blocked him on the ground again.
As the ball is going to be marked at the 27, as he must have put a foot out of bounds. So that'll be a pickup of 11, 2nd and 9 to go as Brown comes out of the game now. Kanan Wilhite into the game. Also, Alan Ayton. Ayton goes out to the right side as the wideout. Simpson, left side wideout. Two in the backfield, they're split. Here's the snap as Corley drops back to pass, looking for Simpson, puts it up. Simpson well covered, and the ball drops short of him, as knocking down the ball was Keldrick Beasley.
You were talking about the sweep they ran a while ago on the right side, Charlie, about how Pat Brown got out and made the play, and then Travis did. I was watching Javis Wright pull that time, and he pulled, and he had someone that crossed his plane or crossed his face right on the line of scrimmage, and he literally just put a shoulder into him to slow him down, and still got out and made a great block on the backside linebacker, and that was really a good hustle by Javis.
3rd and 9 at the 27 of the Falcons. Pat Brown wide to the near side. Simpson on the far side. Two in the backfield. Here's the snap. Pitch to the left side. Starling drops it. Now he's hammered at the 35 as he's met there by number 56 and dropped for a loss.
This is going to be a 52-yard field goal attempt. No, we're not going to try. Yeah, we are. He sent him out there.
Clayton Kirsch.
It's going to be about a 52-yarder.
He's got it.
It's going to be about a 52-yarder, I think.
He's got the leg.
He'll be
51 anyway.
Yeah, he'll be marked. That may be a 50. Now let's see. He's going to mark it at the 41, so that's going to be a 51-yarder. Kirsch with a 42-yarder already tonight, and he had plenty on that. Holding once again is Pat Brown. The crowd rises to its feet. They want to see Kirsch. Here's the ball. Down. Kick is up. It is high. It is good.
All right.
Clayton Kirsch, 51-yarder. How about that? Oh, it barely cleared the bottom pole, but it had enough on it. And the Lions are up 26-0 on Henderson Lions football.
Look at it. All he wants.
Smith Chevrolet O's Cadillac features the new 1998 Chevy Cavalier, a best-selling passenger car, now with improved acceleration, electric trip odometer, remote keyless entry, and power door locks. Lumina, Chevrolet's midsize sedan, has improved ride and handling and more standard safety features than any 6-passenger car in its class. The Motor Trend Car of the Year, the Chevy Malibu, now has optional leather seating and 6-way power driver's seat. For details, come by Smith Chevrolet O's Cadillac, Highway 79 in East Main on the savings side of the street in Henderson.
Henderson Tire has the largest selection of Cooper tires at the guaranteed lowest prices in Rusk County. They also provide full mechanic services. Henderson Tire features 90 days same as cash on all our products and services, as well as 6-month and 12-month same as cash. We also guarantee the lowest prices. As always, we offer free pickup and delivery, and most tire installations are in and out in 45 minutes. At Henderson Tire, there's no appointment necessary. Come by any time for great service. Henderson Tire, 205 South Marshall in the old Montgomery Wards building.
And back here at Henderson Lions Stadium, the Lions lead it 26-0. 5:50 left here in the second quarter. Here's the kickoff, and it is to the 15. Taken there by number 4, Terrence Moore. He's up in the inside and is finally brought down at the 39, as we had a different kicker that time, it looked like. As kicking off that time, it looked like number 84.
No, it was 73. Ricardo
73, okay, Ricardo
Gauna. He was kicking that time. I saw Clayton come off. I got to tell you this. He came off the field. He had just kicked a 51-yard field goal, and all he could think about was getting the kickoff tee. I mean, he is psyched. More than that, he's got great ability to concentrate. He really does.
The Falcons with it at their own 38. 1st and 10. 2 split out on the far side. Here's the snap. Dade drops back to pass, looks far side. Puts it up. It's tipped at the line and short of the intended receiver at the 43. It was intended for Xavier Brown.
We still got 5 minutes and 34 seconds here in the first half.
So we'll bring you a scoreboard update brought to you by Dr. Roger C. Sessions, Dr. Sean M. Fagari of Dogwood Orthopedic Clinic at 612 North High Street in Henderson. Class 5A action. Second quarter, Lake Highlands 3, Longview nothing. Shreveport Southwood 10 and Marshall 7. And in the second quarter, Robert E. Lee 14, Texas High 10. 2nd and 10 at the 38 for A.Maceo Smith. Dade drops back to pass. Under pressure, forced outside, puts it up. It's caught, no, dropped now by James Foster at the 44. In Class 4A action, gentlemen, listen to this. Nacogdoches 10, Carthage nothing in the second quarter. Interesting.
Let me make a correction right here. That was number 73. We're getting word from the other folks down at the press box. It's Arturo Garcia. Our program has someone else, but we're getting a report that it's Arturo Garcia.
Okay. Finishing up the scoreboard, Sulphur Springs 14-7 over White House in the second quarter. Jacksonville 29, Bryan Adams nothing also in the second quarter. 3rd and 10 for A.Maceo Smith. Dade back to pass. Under pressure, he's hit at the line and his pass falls well short of Keldrick Beasley at the 45. Another 4th down situation.
And that I'm going to correct this one more time. I see him with his helmet off right now, and that is Ricardo Gauna. It is not Arturo Garcia, because I see him right there on the sideline.
I think the PA was incorrect.
Yep, I think they are too, because that's Ricardo.
So another punting situation for.
That's one advantage of knowing the kids when you
yes,
because that's who it is, and he did a good job.
4th and 10, and the Falcons will punt it away. James Foster punting. Charles Simpson and Brian Brown back at the 32 of the Lions to receive the kick. The kick is away. It's a high one again, short. Going to drop at the 40. They'll drop as it takes a Henderson bounce, and it's down at the 43-yard line by Jesse Allen.
Well, we had 2 sophomores there, Ballinger and 88.
Brett Mitchell.
Mitchell nearly hit him in the back. They've got to learn to pick up that football. That ball bounces back towards you, hits us. Well, it's their football if they get it. So,
Charlie, we're going to have a bunch of subs coming in. We're going to have a bunch of new players out on the field. We're going to have to pick them up because we got to mention their names.
Philip Corley in at quarterback again for the second straight possession. Neal and Page, it looks like, in the backfield. Williams, left side wingback. Pitch to Neal, near side. He bounces over the line, over the 45 to the 47 for a 5-yard gain.
Just a 5-yard gain. That's something, isn't it?
At this point, it is.
Yeah, you know, here he is.
It was a middle victory for A.Maceo Falcons.
They're ready to go in. Said we shut him down. We held him to a 5-yard gain.
Pat Brown comes into the game with the play. He'll be the right side wingback. Staying in the backfield is Neal and Page as they get some extra work. 26-0, Lions lead it. Here's the snap. Corley has to keep it. The confusion in the backfield, and he goes over to 50 to the 46, it looks like, close to a first down, as it looked like he wanted to pitch it to Neal.
Yeah, somebody went the wrong way, and when in doubt, run north and south. And Phillip went north, did a good job.
We've got a player down for A.Maceo Smith. He's going to get up, though, it looks like. No, he's going to lay there a little while.
And we'll have a timeout. 4:07 left here in the second quarter. Lions lead it 26-0 on Henderson Lions football.
You know us at Citizens National Bank, and we know you want convenience. This is Jean Hodges, Teller Banking Officer at Citizens Bank. We have extended our drive-in hours at our main bank location. We will be open from 7:45 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and until 6 o'clock on Fridays.
Don't forget about our new 2-lane commercial drive-in, designed especially for our customers with wide-bodied trucks. Citizens National Bank, always trying to give you the best service. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
And back here at Lions Stadium, they have a first down on that run by Philip Corley, as Alan Wallace all right for the Falcons, and he's over on their sideline. 1st and 10 at the 47 of A.Maceo Smith. Pitch to Neal. He cuts it inside and drops the ball, and smartly picked up by Pat Brown, who's nailed at the 47, but luckily he was trailing on that play.
Woo, we lost a handle on that one.
I was watching Vidito, right? He took that guy out there and nearly hit the side judge. He blocked him so far.
My boy Grant did.
Yeah.
I was watching the ball. That time wasn't watching it.
I usually watch the ball, so I watch it with linemen that time.
2nd and 9 at the 45. Here's the snap. Corley pitches it near side. Fred Bones with it. He's met at the 46 and taken to the ground. A nice bit of tackling there by Dwight Davis.
Charlie, you know everybody can watch this next week. You know where?
Where is that? Channel 10?
Yeah. TCA Cable Channel 10. When, though?
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
And Thursday.
There you go, 7 o'clock.
Make sure you tune in.
Okay, third and 9.
Third
Let's see what we're going to do here.
It's at the 46. Corley under center. Here's the snap.
Little reverse.
And it's handed to Pat Brown. Left side goes over to 40 to the 39. That will be a 6-yard gain and set up 4th and short.
Boy, Pat did a great job of that against Palestine 2 weeks ago. He really runs that quite well.
Neal and Page will come into the game. Bowen's out, along with Travis Adams.
2:18 clock running, first half.
26 to nothing.
4th and 3 as the Lions try to keep this drive alive. Here's a snap. Corley pitches it to Neal. He has room on the outside. He's at the 35-30. First with a speed, and he's going to go in with a touchdown. A 40-yard touchdown run by Kenyatta Neal. And the Lions score with 1:55 left here in the second quarter. That makes it 32 to nothing.
With 1:55 left in the second quarter. Charlie, did you put your clock on him that time?
I don't think
he was running a sub-9 second 100 meter that time, buddy.
He hit that corner, and it looked like he put it in the 4th gear.
I'm telling you, he hit it quick.
Man, oh man. He definitely has different speeds and used one right there. As doing the extra point duties now is number 73, Ricardo Guyuna. Here's the snap, ball down, kicks up, and under pressure, it is through, and that's the extra point. That makes it 33 to nothing. The Lions lead it. They'll get set to kick it off again here on Henderson Lions football.
Peterson's Home Furnishings is having an RCA kickoff sale. Watch the Henderson Lions and your favorite college and pro teams this football season on a new RCA TV. This RCA 46-inch big screen TV has picture-in-picture, SRS surround stereo sound, and digital focus, only $14.99. Now there's no more endless channel searching with the all-new TV Guide Plus feature. Get 6 months, same as cash, on 27 to 61-inch models, like this 27-inch home theater stereo TV, just $599. Record and watch your favorite games on this RCA 4-head hi-fi stereo VCR, only $229. Come in now for the RCA kickoff sale at Peterson's Home Furnishings, where quality is the difference.
Expecting a special delivery? Then we're expecting you at the birthplace. Henderson Memorial Hospital's new state-of-the-art childbirth and maternity care center. The birthplace offers a warm atmosphere with large, beautifully decorated rooms, the expertise of special physicians, nurses, and staff, and the finest monitoring system available, all to provide high-quality care for moms and newborns. The birthplace at Henderson Memorial Hospital, a special place for your special delivery.
Well, the player has been put on a stretcher and put in the ambulance and will be taken away to Henderson Memorial Hospital for observations. Hopefully, we wish him the best. Hopefully nothing too seriously.
You know, that's the good thing about it. And we certainly want to say thanks to Henderson Memorial Hospital and their emergency medical services that they have. They provided this service every year. They're here when we have home football games to provide this service just in case we need them. Very seldom do we ever need them. I can't remember.
Good to have them there, though.
Yeah, I can't remember many times they've ever had to drive out on the field. But let me tell you what, they're there. We appreciate them. They all do a great job. They're going to take care of that young man. They're going to get him there to the hospital and get him checked out and make sure everything's okay. You know, those of you that know about Henderson here, they know that he's in good hands.
As it's 1:55 left here in the second quarter. 33-0, the Lions lead it. And they will kick it off to the Falcons. And they'll have just under 2 minutes before we complete this first half of play. A first half of play that the Lions have to be proud of.
Charlie, what's this going to do to the football game?
Well, you know, hopefully it won't do anything to it. You know, everybody's feeling very sorry for the boy, you know, right now. You hope he's okay, but, you know, you got to go on, and I'm sure that kid wants you to go on. It's just...
What's it going to do? The kids sit around, as warm as it is, they probably didn't really cool off very much. I was watching them as they went out on the field, the kickoff team, Derek McGee and those guys, they were stretching and getting their legs warm, so hopefully that won't be affected, but mentally you think it just, you know.
Yeah, that's the part of the game that you don't like. You know, you hate to see anybody get hurt.
As we're ready for the kickoff, number 73, Ricardo Guyona with the kick, and he puts it down the middle. Going to skip at the 19, taken at the 15 by Foster. As he goes back outside at the 20. Finally knocked down at the 20-yard line by
82. That's old Poole.
Yes.
There.
Actually, with that kickoff
John
return
Poole
was Terrence Moore.
Yeah, and Mark Browning was down that time, too.
Yeah.
Got a piece of him, spun him around, and there's old John Poole.
Well, Mark's playing with a broken finger. He got it taped up, but it's not slowing him down any.
Yeah, his mama said he couldn't play, though, but he's out there.
He's done.
I don't think he told her.
First and 10 at just past the 20 for the Falcons. 1:48 on the clock. Two near side split out. That is Terrence Moore and Xavier Brown. One far side, I formation in the backfield. Handed to the second man through Dwight Davis. Flag on the play. Davis gets up to the 25 where he's nailed on the play.
I see 22 out there, and I couldn't tell what blue body that was flying through the air at that time. It had to have been Justin, though. Came up Justin.
All I could see was a yellow flag flying about 18 feet in the air.
I was watching the ball, and I saw something blue streak across there, and then 22 gets up, Justin Jackson.
That guy must have a rock as big as my hand, that flag. That thing flew 18 feet in the air when he threw it.
That is against the Falcons as...
Oh, I see some new numbers out there.
Yes.
Let me get them in real
Bunch of
quick. 62, Brandon Gibson. I saw Haven Cameron, number 76 out there. 46, Joe Powell. Of course, Joe Powell, we've talked about Joe on the kickoff team. 82, John Poole's out there.
Charles Ledden, number 26, is out there.
26, yep. Charles Leeden. Yeah, buddy.
84. Of course, Will High's been playing.
Yeah, Cannon's been playing.
Quite a bit.
83 is out there. That's number, that's Josh Burks. Josh played last year a lot.
Who's 62? He's in there.
That's Brandon Gibson.
Brandon played the middle linebacker down in Palestine, didn't he?
Yes, he did. First and 15 at the 15 now for A.Maceo Smith. Two wide left, one wide right. I formation. Here's the snap. Handed to second man through. There's a fumble. It's going to be
pick it up.
Fallen on at the 11-yard line by the Falcons. And sneaking in there for A.Maceo Smith, number 17, that is Devosky Hall.
Boy, and they're John Poole that time slapped his hands together. Dead gum, and he said he could have had him a fumble recovery.
Pushes it back to the 11. It's going to be 3rd and 19.
Brett Mitchell's out there at the defensive end, number 88. Boy, he's a good-looking kid, big, strong kid.
2nd and 19, excuse me.
Junior Anthony, number 8, is the defensive end on the right side.
Falcons to the line. Clock starts at 35 seconds. There are 2 wide left, 1 wide right. Split in the backfield, handed to the first man through Hall, and he's met by about 3 or 4 Lions, and he gets maybe a gain of 2 on the play as Gibson in on the tackle.
56, Michael Morris
in there.
out on the field. I couldn't tell who he was.
That's what I was looking for, 56.
Yeah. I couldn't see the 6 on the other side of him.
Well, they might not run another play. This might be it.
That is going to be it, as the Lions will go in at halftime leading 33-0. We'll come back with a halftime show in a moment on Henderson Lions football.
We're behind you all the way, Lions, from the classroom to the football field. Best of luck from the law firm of Welburn, Houston, Atkinson, Mann, Sadler, and Hill.
The Henderson Lions band looks like it's almost ready to take the field here and entertain the crowd tonight. And, of course, we'll turn it over to them when they do. The Lions here again at home for the 3rd week in a row next Friday night as they host Mount Pleasant. That's before 2 road games at Atlanta and Hallsville. And then they're back home for Carthage and Gilmore after that. As it's now time for the Henderson Lions band to entertain the crowd, and once again they are under the direction of Ronnie Ferguson, his assistants Tony Hale, Andrew Furr, Jimmy Yancey, Lynn Cooper, and Tommy Moore. A great job, and the amount of kids that get out there and participate in band, cheerleading, the pom-pom squad is just amazing. The flag corps as well, getting set to entertain the crowd, and it's that type of participation that makes high school football so special.
We've got a good crowd on hand tonight as well, a good crowd for the Henderson Lions this evening. So.
A tradition that has been going on for quite some time. The Lions, of course, very accustomed to making the playoffs. As now we're ready. Great job there by the Henderson Lions marching band, once again entertaining the crowd here tonight as your Lions lead it 33-0 at halftime. We'll be back with more on Henderson Lions football.
East Tex Telephone Cooperative Incorporated serves 11 East Texas counties with 21 exchanges and over 25,000 customers. In fact, East Tex Telephone Cooperative Incorporated is the largest telephone cooperative in Texas, providing rural telephone service to many East Texas communities. As our Rusk County students strive for continued success in all activities, East Tex Telephone Cooperative Incorporated wishes them the very best of luck.
And back here at Henderson Lions Stadium, halftime almost wrapping up as the Lions come out onto the field from their clubhouse as they lead it 33-0 here tonight, third game of the year, as the Lions a completely dominating performance so far on the field. John Charles went alongside Bobby Briscoe and Charlie Franklin, and Bobby, this is a great thing to see. An undermanned squad by the Falcons. We have to point out as ice comes flying into the press box. You got to watch out here.
Is somebody throwing at us?
Charlie? I think they're aiming for Charlie.
Charlie's been throwing peanuts at people is what it is.
I can't find any peanuts.
As the Lions come onto the field now, led by the cheerleading squad, and we're just a few seconds away from getting this second half underway. But what more can you say about the first half?
Well, there's really not a lot you can say about it. We've just, like you said, just completely dominated. There's been some good things come out of it, though. Jonathan Stovall stepped out, did a great job, took control at quarterback, threw the ball well, stayed calm, stayed cool in the pocket. And Clayton Kirsch.
It's great.
Charlie, can you believe that?
It's great for team morale because a lot of people getting to play, a lot of guys carrying the football.
Yeah.
We said we were going to work on our passing game. You know, we knew that, and they've done a great job there. And Clayton has just kicked up the football after missing an extra point.
How about our punter?
Our punter's done a great job. He was kicking real good before the game.
Yeah, and that's all he's had to do.
Sit on the bench and enjoy it.
Yeah.
As we'll take another look here at the scoreboard. The update brought to you by Dr. Roger C. Sessions and Dr. Sean M. Fagari of Dogwood Orthopedic Clinic at 612 North High Street in Henderson. Class 5A action. All these scores are at halftime. Longview 14, Lake Highlands 3. It's Marshall 10, Shreveport Southwood 7. 17-17 between Robert E. Lee and Texas High, and John Tyler leads Dallas Carter 21-3. In the Class 4A, it is Nacogdoches now in the third quarter, 10, Carthage nothing, and that is brewing now as a potential. Would you guys rate that as an upset? Right?
I'd call it an upset.
Oh yeah.
Sure. When Carthage gets beat by Nacogdoches, I'd call it an upset.
Also at halftime, it's Palestine 21, Pine Tree 6.
What would you call that, Charlie?
I'd call that
right?
I'd call it about like a figure.
Also down the line in Class 4A, it's Commerce 7 and Mount Pleasant 6 in the third quarter. Halftime, Sulphur Springs 14, White House 7 in Jacksonville all over Bryan Adams, 43-0.
The Dallas schools are not finding it too friendly in East Texas tonight, are they?
No. Of course, you got to point out that that's Alan Mayton's alma mater, Bryan Adams. Saying that
Alan, is that your alma mater? Well, at least they showed up, so we're all right.
Last time they had a winning season was my freshman year.
Freshman year, man, oh man.
That had to have been 25 years ago.
They were still using stone tablets at that point.
Yeah.
Class 3A action at halftime, Dangerfield 14 and Tatum 6. And that completes the scores from around the area.
We don't show anybody any mercy, do we?
I tell you what, A.Maceo Smith might be on the way to Dallas. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, they have not come out yet, as that is what is holding up the start here of the second half.
Sure they hadn't gone home.
as I did not see a bus pull out of here, so I think we're all right. Also in Class 4A action, other games that we don't have scores yet from, Jefferson at Hallsville, Chapel Hill at Kilgore, and Gladewater is at Gilmer. In Class 3A, Elkhart is at Bullard.
Now, we heard on the report before the game started on the Texas football report, and Coach over at Kilgore was talking, and I just went blank on his name.
Valerie?
Mallory, I'm sorry.
Valerie.
Valerie, that's right. I'm okay. But he was talking about that their big kid Toombs played like 10 plays last week, and Mitchell didn't play any, and his good backs, and they are two good backs, are hurt. So I'd kind of be interested in the score of the Chapel Hill Kilgore. I really don't know what to expect out of that game.
I expect about a 38-0.
38-0 now. I don't doubt that.
You know,
if Toombs and Mitchell are playing, but if Toombs and Mitchell aren't playing, you still expect a good 30 points?
Yeah. But Chapel Hill, you know, Carthage just killed them.
As A.Maceo Smith has slowly but surely made their way out onto the field. A little bit reluctant, but they're out there, and we'll get this second half underway in just a moment. As once again, it's the Lions 33 and the Falcons nothing. Next week, make sure you tune in. Kickoff at 7:30 right here on KGRI, the voice of the Lions, and they will be hosting Mount Pleasant. Final game of a 3-game stretch at home before going on the road for 2 games at Atlanta and at Hallsville. And Mount Pleasant, as Charlie and Bobby have pointed out, a very tough opponent. Of course, the team that won last year against Henderson in the playoffs after Henderson had beaten them during regular season.
Non-district. And we beat them up there year before last in non-district, too.
So, and we go back several years, and we've done that.
Yep.
Looking down the line at that schedule, you have Atlanta and Hallsville on the road after that. Being a novice, just trying to get my feet wet, kind of give me a breakdown on what those games should be like.
Well, you know, Atlanta in the past, Charles, has had some real good football teams.
Had some great speed.
A couple of years ago, they played the state finals in 3A. They came in here, 5 or 6 years ago, and back-to-back, they beat us back-to-back years. And they had real great football teams. And last year they were down a little bit. We jumped on them pretty good. I don't remember the score. It was something like 28-7, something like that. And then Carthage jumped on them last week pretty good.
Yeah.
So evidently they're down a little bit from what they have been. And listening to the coach on pregame tonight on that Texas football, he said they're kind of down, you know. So, but next week's football game is going to be a good ball game. Mount Pleasant, they play good sound football, and it's going to be a good football game.
Matt Thigpen for the Lions and Morris Day for the Falcons around at midfield for the meeting with the officials before we get started here in the third quarter, as we're about set. As both kicking units for each team head out onto the field.
Atlanta has a new stadium.
Yes, thank goodness.
Yeah, the other stadium was not very big at all, and Atlanta has a new stadium. Of course, like Charlie mentioned, they had some pretty good football teams in the past. Atlanta Rabbits.
That old stadium up there, if you got knocked out of bounds, you could knock into the fence.
Yeah, or in the third row.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, tell you.
A little too tight, huh?
Yeah.
See where our coaches are standing right down there. That's where the fence was.
Wow. Much too close.
Oh, yeah.
The way some of these special teams would hit tonight, they would have been in the third row.
Lions will kick it off. Clayton Kirsch will kick it at the 40, of course.
You know, Clayton getting that work in the first half. They're going to be some football game down the line where our field goal kick could really pay off. And we're certainly glad to see Clayton do that. We know he can do it. But till you see him do it, well, then and he needs to work on it.
Wonder who the kicking coach is.
I bet they all want to be now.
Yeah. That's what I was kind of hinting at.
Here's the kick, and it's high to the near side. Falcons going left to right on your radio dial. It's dropped at the 4. Picked up again, and at the 10, 15, 20, 23, 24. Returning it is Terrence Moore, and he's finally forced out. Bunch of Lions.
Bunch of Lions. Guess who one of them is, though?
Boy,
79.
Clayton Kirsch and Brian Brown and two other guys tangled, but the guy running the football wasn't touched. He just ran out of bounds. They ran together. But,
so that is, as there was still a baton left on the field from the time that the bands were on the field as it's tossed off by Brian Brown. And that really, you kind of laugh about it, but that could really have been dangerous. Looks like another one. No, that was just a football, loose football, but one baton left on the field there. Falcons will have it to start the third quarter here. 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Okay, looks like we've got our first defense in.
I was going to say our first defense is going to play this first series, but probably after that they won't play much.
Xavier Moore wide left, wide right is James Foster. Here's the snap. Dade looks left side, puts it up down the middle, and it skips short at the 40. The intended receiver was Kenneth Armstrong, and he was about at the 44.
Boy, and there was just pressure up the middle on the passer. It looked like there was 4 defensive backs and 3 linebackers right around the football.
We had 7 blue shirts, Bobby, within 10 yards of football. We were rushing 4 people.
I'm telling you.
Dade last week was 10 for 21 for 158 yards against South Garland. Hasn't had any success against the Lions here tonight.
1 first down is what they had in the first half. They had 13 total yards.
2nd and 10 now as the Falcons come to the line at their 25. 2 wide right, 1 wide left. Split in the backfield. Dade at the line. Hands it to the man, a delayed handoff, and he's met at the 24. Scoots up to the 25, looked like Dwight Davis with a carry.
Jeffrey Holman was there, and so was number 58, Shane Ballinger. Good tackle, Shane.
Shane Ballinger getting the start in this game tonight. That will make it 3rd and 10 now. Still at the 25 is coming in with the play is Dade. Going out of the game, James Foster for the Falcons.
Scott Goodwin's playing defensive end to start this second half for the Lions.
Wide right for the Falcons is Xavier Brown and Terrence Moore. 1 wide left. Split in the backfield. Dade drops back to pass. Under pressure. He's hit as he releases it, and it drops at the 32 as Matt Thigpen came storming in from the left side.
Boy, just a good blitz that time. I was watching our right defensive end, Caleb Hall, over there. Boy, he did a good job containing and working upfield that time. You know, I haven't called Caleb very much tonight. He's in there. He's just playing good, solid defensive football for us.
That's sometimes all you need to do.
Yeah.
4th and 10, and now the Falcons will punt. Charles Simpson, Brian Brown at the 49 of the Falcons to receive the punt by James Foster. There's the snap, and the kick is away. No rush by the Lions. The kick going to be fair caught by Brown at the 47. He drops it, picks it back up, and that's where Henderson will take over.
All right, Charlie, let me ask a question here. He waved his hand to fair catch, and he dropped the ball. He was live.
He's live.
And he just nonchalantly picked that football up and stood there.
He's lucky to still be alive.
He's lucky to still be with us. My word.
He's falling thing if he drops it.
Gosh.
Looked
I'm sure he'll be a total that next week.
I'm sure he will be, too.
I think he just was.
I think you're right. Ooh, that nonchalant act right there like to got him hurt.
1st and 10 at the 47 for the Lions. Stovall in at quarterback. Neal and Page in the backfield. Here's a snap. As there's movement, Page left early, and the flags fly. Page a little bit too anxious. And that will go against the Lions.
Sometimes when you have 2 quarterbacks working and they're both calling the signals at a different cadence or a different tone or a different voice, sometimes it'll make you jump. And we'll just attribute that jump right there to that.
Now we'll make it 1st and 15 at the 42-yard line.
I think we jumped earlier tonight and they didn't call it. We're going to be careful about that because that'll hurt you in a close ball game. Get a big play call back.
Page and Neal in the backfield. Right side wingback, Williams. Here's the handoff to Neal, left side. He scoots outside at the 45, 50, 45, and he falls down at the 44 as he's tripped up there by Antron White at the 50, but he's still able to get 5 more yards.
Antron saved a touchdown.
Antron got lucky.
Because he would have been, if he'd have got by him, it'd been a foot race.
No, there wouldn't even been a race.
It would have been over. 2nd and 2 now, an 8-yard gain by Neal. At the 44 of the Falcons. Neal and Page once again in the backfield. Here's the snap. Neal with it, right side up the middle, and he gets over the 44 to the 43, and that's going to be short, it looks like, of a first down.
I think it's a little short.
So that's going to make it 3rd and short, probably less than a yard.
Alan Ayton's going in.
Out comes Kenneth
Out
Williams.
comes Kenneth.
Good rotation there.
I sure have been impressed with Kenneth this year.
A junior. He
Yeah.
gets a pat on the back by a couple of teammates. 3rd and 1 at the 43. Line is set. Here's the snap. Handed up the middle. Page with it. And he bursts through the middle up to the 35 as he keeps on going. Bo Page.
Alan Ayton that time was the wing on the left side over here on this side, and he just fired off the ball and got on their defensive end, number 24, and blocked him about 4 yards deep.
That's a first down for the Lions. Derek Page, 5'5", 155.
You don't have to be powerful if you're
You
quick.
know-
If you're quick, you can find that seam.
He's fun to watch. 1st and 10 at the 35, 8:54 left in the 3rd quarter. Lions driving. Here's the snap. Stovall pitches it to Neal. He comes near side, squirts through, gets up to the 30 as he breaks a couple of tackles, and that's another 5-yard pickup, just like that.
Boy, that's right, just like that. Boom, boom, and he's there. And I'll tell you what, he'll try to run over you.
You know, Coach Alexander wanted to throw the football early and work on our passing game, and now with a pretty good lead, we're just trying to work on our running game.
Nothing wrong with that. Iron out any wrinkles you see as it's 2nd and 4 on the scoreboard at the 30.
We hadn't thrown the ball this half.
Here's the snap. Neal with it. And he goes up the middle, breaks through. He's at the 20, 15, and he's brought down at the 14-yard line. And another first down for Henderson.
Boy, those old linemen did open it up that time.
Good job of running there by Neal. He just waited for the holes to open up.
He does a good job. Good execution there of the whole blue front.
17-yard pickup, and it's 1st and 10 at the 13 now.
10 carries, 100 yards.
That average will work every time. Here's the snap. It's pitched to Page. He goes up the middle, has room to the 5. He's down at the 4 as the Henderson Lions is opening up huge holes at the line. Page bursts through for a 9-yard gain.
Now, Bobby, you might could have run through that
I
hole.
could have ran through that.
I'll tell you, you've been looking for a hole all year.
Chad McCray was in that time, boy, and he just created such a big old scene. He and Javis Wright and Grant Vitito and Doug Gibbons and, of course, our Matt Appleton, our strong side tackle, they just literally created a hole.
Fred Bowen's in, now in the backfield along with Derek Page. Alan Ayton right side as the wingback. Stovall under center. Here's the snap. It's pitched to Bowens. Right side cuts back up the middle, but he's slung to the ground at the 5 as making the tackle for the Falcons is Alan Wallace.
Good defense there. They got old Fred before he got started.
Yeah, they
came from outside and got there real quick.
They really did a good job that time.
That makes it 3rd down now. They need 1 yard to create a 1st and goal situation. Bowen stays in the game along with Page. Alan Ayton once again as the wingback on the right side. Here's the snap. It's pitched to Page. He breaks one tackle, gets up near the 2, fumbles it, and it's recovered by the Lions, it looks like.
Alan Ayton, I believe, number 40.
Bo, you're going to have to learn to wrap that football up.
That is number 10,
that's
Jonathan
the quarterback.
Stovall.
I'm sorry, Jonathan.
All I saw was the 0. I think you saw the same thing.
And I thought I saw a 4 on it. That one, the part that comes out there, I thought that was a 4. But that's, way to go, Jonathan. Good hustle.
That puts it inside the 1. Goal, 1st and goal to go. As Page will come out of the game now.
That was our Samson set, Bobby. You called it.
I didn't see it, Charlie. I didn't see the set. Was it?
Well, with the 2 big backs with Page,
Page
and Fred Bowen.
Oh.
Here's the snap, pitch to Fred Bowens. He's caught in the backfield and will be brought down at the 1 yard line. Travis Adams in the backfield on that play as well.
We do have a Samson set, we really do. But that wasn't it with Fred in there.
As there is a player down for A.Maceo Smith. Kenneth Williams brings in the play. Allen Aiden out, and we'll have a timeout. 5:32 left, third quarter. Lions 33-0 on Henderson Lions football.
Turning points, those times in our lives that make a dramatic impact. Marriage, divorce, a child's birth, a death. These are just a few of life's turning points. But life's ultimate turning point is where we will spend eternity. I'm Jerry Wilson, pastor of Henderson's First Baptist Church, and I want to invite you to join us Sundays at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. as we discover biblical answers and support for life's turning points.
Lions bring it to the line. They have it 2nd and goal to go at the 1-yard line. Stovall under center. Here's the snap. Pitches to Fred Bowens. Right side. He tries to get through, but he's met by 3 Falcons and dragged down, and maybe for a loss of 1 back to the 2-yard line.
Fred just hasn't been out there enough to hit it like the other backs hit it. There was a little seam, I believe, to the outside there, and Fred cut it back inside, and I believe one of the other guys would have popped that sucker right across. It's just simply because Fred hadn't seen it as much.
As it's marked back at the 3, it looks like. Stovall came quickly over to the sideline to get the call. Travis Adams and Fred Bowens in the backfield. Kenneth Williams left side as the wingback. Here's the snap, pitch left side to Bowens. He gets ahead of Steve, twists in, and gets the score. Fred Bowens goes in from 2 yards out, and the Lions lead it 39-0 here with 4:25 left in the third quarter.
Dana Adams she's one of our cheerleaders. She did a backflip that time, and I bet you she went 18 feet, Charlie, in the air. Did a complete backflip, stayed straight. I don't know what you call that flip, but it was, gosh,
Call it something that I can't do.
Yeah.
As Clayton Kirsch will attempt the extra point, and the holder will be Pat Brown. Here's the snap, ball's down, kick is up, and it is easily up and through for the extra point.
Did that hit on the roof?
Hit on the field house wall, hit the brick wall.
That makes it 40-0. The Lions lead it here in the third quarter on Henderson Lions football.
People's State Bank is proud to announce a new 24-hour customer service access line. An incredible advancement in bank customer service. All you need to do is press a few buttons and you can receive your checking, savings, CDs, and loan balances. Here's the number, 657-7019. That's 657-7019. You receive step-by-step procedures that are easy to follow. That's 657-7019. It's incredible. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
And the Lions up by the score of 40-0 after a 2-yard touchdown run by Fred Bowens. Extra point by Clayton Kirsch was good. And with 4:25 left third quarter, the Lions continue to put points on the scoreboard. Kirsch kicking it off for Henderson. And back deep to receive for the Falcons is James Foster, Terrence Moore, and also Keldrick Beasley. Here's the kick. It's near side, going to be grabbed there by Moore at the 5-yard line. He sprints up the middle, comes near side, has some room at the 30, and he twists and is down at the 33, tackled by, looked like Simpson, Charles Simpson.
Charles Simpson put the final blow on him, but Charles Leadon had him wrapped up and tied up, and I believe he's still laying on the ground. Boy, he put a shot right up in his shoulder area and his chest area, and the young man does know he came to Henderson tonight.
As he's up and going off the field, so Terrence Moore is all right.
That last drive, just what the doctor ordered, a long, sustained drive, took a lot of time off the clock.
Could use a couple more of those for the Lions.
A lot of players got into the game, got some good conditioning, took it down and scored.
1st and 10 at the 33 for the Falcons. 33 of their own yard line. Here's a handoff in the backfield. Dwight Davis, misdirection, and he gets up to the 39, a 6-yard pickup.
Caleb Hall that time. Finally got to call your name, Caleb.
Good. That's the best play they've had on first down tonight. by far.
Little misdirection, like you said, and came back to the left side over there. Caleb had stayed at home.
That makes it 2nd and 5 now at the 39. Under 4 minutes left, third quarter. Coming near side is the wideout, James Foster. Far side for the Falcons, Xavier Brown. 2 in the backfield, Devonsky Hall and Davis. Handed to Davis. He splits up the left side, gets over to 40 to the 44-yard line. Another 5-yard gain and a first down.
Caleb Hall's in on that play.
Another misdirection in the backfield, and Davis showing some elusiveness.
That's a good run, good play. Another first down for the Falcons. Second one of the night. First one this half.
They're at their 44. Foster near side is the wideout. 2 in the backfield, they're split. 2 wide left side. Handed to the first man through Hall, and he's met in the backfield by the Lions. Scott Goodwin and Jeremy Blanton.
Yeah, Scott stayed set right there and played like he's supposed to play, and back broke towards him, and he just nailed him.
It's been a long night for this team from Dallas. You know, they must have thought it was an awful long way down here. But I tell you what, they're going to think they're going to wait Lubbock on the way back.
I'm telling you.
I've driven to Lubbock. It's not a fun trip.
No, it's
if
a long
you think
way.
you're going to Lubbock.
They might feel like they're there before they get to Dallas.
That will make it 2nd and 10 at the 44. As going, there's players coming and going. Now out of the game, Kenneth Armstrong. I formation. Here's a flip to Dwight Davis. He tries to go outside, dragged in the backfield at the 39. Is that Scott Goodwin again?
No.
Caleb Hall. Great play.
Showed some quickness,
Caleb
didn't he?
said, "You're not getting around me this time."
Showed a little quickness there. Got a ball, Caleb.
Hey, I
Loss of
see
5.
some new folks out there. There's 84 out there again. Kanan Wilhite.
A lot of people seeing action tonight.
Justin Jackson, I see him back out there.
3rd and 16 now. Under 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
You know, Charlie, we hadn't talked about Derek tonight at time, nor Pat Sanders, our cornerbacks, because they're not getting there.
Not getting much.
No, offense isn't getting out to them.
I wonder if Mitchell's hurt. He hadn't played this half.
I don't know.
Let's hope not. As there's confusion by the Falcons and time runs out. As that's the second time that's happened to them. As now a timeout on the field. As there's 1:32 left, third quarter. Lions 40, Falcons nothing on Henderson Lions football. Third and 16 for the Falcons at their own 39. 1:32 left third quarter. After the timeout there, the flag was waved off as time was called by the Falcons before the clock ran out. They're at the line, split backfield. Dade back to pass. Looks up and he's dragged down at the 34-yard line as in on that play, number 58, and that is Shane Ballinger.
Yeah, we were just talking about Shane. Good-looking, strong kid as a sophomore. He just, you know, he's got a lot going for him, and now he's playing as a junior. We just realized that Shane is going to be a great player. But we were talking about Brett Mitchell, number 88. He's a sophomore. Charlie, he looked really good for size and speed and everything. So we got a bright future, it looks like.
4th and 20 at the 35 of the Falcons. They'll punt it away again. Short snap. Foster gets it off. Line drive kick, and that's going to get over the head of Brown. Bounces at the 30. He takes it at the 28. Comes near side at the 40. He has room. 45-50. Leaps over a tackler at the 48. A flag down as there's some late action there. Flag thrown at the 47.
I saw one line hit it in the back. That's exactly what he saw it too. It happened earlier than he threw the flag.
Ryan Brown doing a good job of taking that kick and running with it on the near side as that was over his head, but he got a good bounce. It bounced back towards him.
I believe Brian Brown's got a little daredevil in him.
Yeah, he does.
Tried to jump over that tackler then.
Call goes against the Lions. And that will bring it back to the 40-yard line of the Lions. 1st and 10 for Henderson. 36 seconds left, third quarter. Philip Corley now quarterbacking. Travis Adams, Fred Bowens in the backfield. Wingback is Kenneth Williams. Corley settles under center. Here's the snap. Hands it to Adams. He goes right up the middle, and he's finally brought down at the 45-yard line.
Way to go, Travis.
Showed a little bulldog.
We got some new ones out there now. I see number 56 in at center, and that's going to be Michael Morris.
Joe Powell's in.
Joe Powell's in. 57, who plays a lot. Alfredo Gonzalez is in at a guard.
2nd and 5 at the 45. Snap, pitch to Bowens. He goes far side, cuts back inside, squirts up to the 49. May have gotten just short of the 50. That is another 4-yard pickup, close to a first down, just short. And that is the end of the third quarter. So the Lions will have 3rd and short. And when we start the fourth quarter, they lead it 40-0 here tonight on Henderson Lions football.
You probably think that a brick is a brick is a brick. We think Boral bricks are better. The plain ones, the fancy ones, in about any color you can imagine. But why do we make so many different kinds of brick? Because we know that a house is not a house, is not a house. Call 1-800-5-BORAL-5 to receive a free brochure and the location of the showroom nearest you. Boral Bricks, a solid decision to build your dreams on.
Lions come to the line, 3rd and short, less than a yard, as we start the fourth quarter. Lions going left to right on your radio dial. Here's the snap. Corley hands it up to Adams through the right side. He's over for a first down as he's finally brought down at the 44 by 3 Falcons. Alan Wallace, one of them.
74, Jeremy Adams is in. Number 80, Junior Anthony's out there. See a little grit at number 14, don't you? Travis Adams.
1st and 10 now at the 44. Corley brings him to the line. Williams right side as the wingback. Adams in the backfield and is pitched now to Starling. He's stopped at the line, bounces off, and goes to the 40, maybe to the 39, as Chris Starling with the carry.
You know, a while ago you said Page or Bowens were squirted up the field. They just squirt. They remind me of a minnow. You know, you're reaching a minnow bucket, try to get a minnow, they just squirt away from you. They remind me of minnows trying to get away from somebody trying to get them.
Well,
Slippery.
I hadn't thought of that analogy, but it works for me, I guess.
Works for the Lions. 2nd and 5 at the 39. Starling and Adams in the backfield. Pitch to Adams. He goes right side, has some room at the 35, dragged from behind, and he's out at the 33, a 6-yard gain and a first down.
Travis showed something right there that I really liked. Did you see him get up on the... Yes, he did. He got up on the blocker. Did you see him put the hand on his back so he could feel and see what was fixing to happen? Then at the right minute, he broke it out to the right. That's something you don't teach. You can't teach that.
That's textbook. 1st and 10 at the 32. Now in the backfield for the Lions is Brian Brown and Fred Bowens. Left side, Alan Ayton as the wingback. Here's the snap, and it's handed to Brown, and he's stacked up at the 31. Maybe a gain, looks like a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. And that will bring the clock down to 10:15 left in the game. Corley to the sideline to get the play as everybody will stay in there. Brown and Bowens in the backfield and Ayton as the wingback. 40-0, the Lions in front. Corley calls the play at the line. Here's the snap. And it's kept by Corley, left side. He rolls out, he's at the 20, 15, and he's knocked down at the 13. What a great call.
That was a great call.
Good fake, too, wasn't it?
Good fake. Great call. But, Philip, right out there on the end, Charlie, you know, you taught him for how many years, but don't receive a lick, give a lick. And that's what he did, boy. He knew he was fixing to get tackled. He switched the ball over, and he did give a lick.
That brings it down to the 13, as that was a big pickup by Corley. 1st and 10 for the Lions. Chris Starling into the game, and also Kanan Wilhite. They're both in the backfield. Here's the pitch, and it's to Starling, up the middle to the 5. He's down at the 2-yard line, maybe to 3. They mark it at the 3, so that's a 10-yard gain.
Well, he saw that daylight. He got there pretty quick, didn't he?
Now, Charlie, I couldn't have ran through that hole, but I'd have got a little bit of yards that time.
You might have made it back to the line of scrimmage.
I'm telling you, the way they're blocking.
Alan Aiden in with the call. From the sideline, out of the game, Pat Brown. And staying in is Kanan Wilhite and Starling.
Michael Morris, center, getting over the ball there.
2nd and 1 at the 3. 8:42 left in the game. Corley with the snap, keeps it himself, curls inside, near the goal line. He's close, and the Lions think they're in, but it looks like he's gonna be just a little bit short.
Well, 84, Kanan Wilhite's out there. He was in on that play.
Philip Corley said, Mr. Referee?
Yeah, I know it.
I think I scored.
Yeah. Look at him. He said, goodness gracious.
That's 1st and goal.
He got his hand on his hip. He's a little bit mad.
He wanted to get some points.
I don't blame him.
Travis Adams brings into play. Kanan Wilhite trots over to the sideline. Clock running. Lions taking some time off the clock with this good drive. They come to the line. 1st and goal to go at the 1. Starling in the backfield with Adams. It's handed to Adams. He dives over, and he gets through. Touchdown. Travis Adams with the score, and that makes it 46-0. Comes at 7:54 here in the 4th quarter. 1-yard touchdown run by Travis Adams. And in to kick the extra point is Ricardo Guyona.
You got it.
Oh, boy.
I just saw Dana Adams do another cartwheel, and that reminded me Dana and Travis are cousins. So, little athletic ability there on both of them.
No doubt about it. Once again, Pat Brown holds. Here's the kick. It is up and through, and that makes it 47-0 for the Lions. We'll be back with more on Henderson Lions football.
Henderson Tire has the largest selection of Cooper tires at the guaranteed lowest prices in Rusk County. They also provide full mechanic services. Henderson Tire features 90 days same as cash on all our products and services, as well as 6-month and 12-month same as cash. We also guarantee the lowest prices. As always, we offer free pickup and delivery, and most tire installations are in and out in 45 minutes. At Henderson Tire, there's no appointment necessary. Come by anytime for great service. Henderson Tire, 205 South Marshall in the old Montgomery Wards building.
7:54 left in the game. Lions lead it 47-0. Now kick it off as they will kick it from left to right. James Foster back to receive the kick at the 5. It's a short kick and drops at the 20. Picked up at the 16 as the Falcons bring it up at the 25, and a host of Lions bring down the returner, as that was number 21 for A.Maceo Smith. And that is Terrence Davis.
And leading the tackle was number 73, the kicker, Ricardo Guyona.
Guyona, I love that name.
I do too.
Rolls off the tongue. Hey, while we have time, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. Good time to thank everybody for helping us bring Henderson Lions football to you this year on KGRI. Great game, and the Lions will be back in action next Friday night right here in Henderson against Mount Pleasant.
We got some good ones coming up, I tell you.
Yes, we do. 1st and 10 at the 26 for the Falcons. 2 split out near side, 1 to the far side. Split backfield, Dade back to pass. Looks near side, puts it up, and it's off the hands of the receiver at the 35-yard line. It was intended there for Xavier Brown.
Good throw.
Charlie,
there.
was he asking for the pass, or was he telling him don't throw it? Because as soon as he broke inside, he threw his hands up, and everybody in the world knew they were going to throw to him.
Yeah, it was a good throw. He should have caught that one.
Well, last week,
I don't really think he wanted it because that number 14 had his sights set on him.
Last week, Brown caught 4 passes for 60 yards, so he was their main receiver against South Garland. 2nd and 10 now 7:28 on the clock. Two split out right side. Coming near side is Xavier Brown. Here's the snap. Dade looks far side, puts it up. The rocket throw through the hands of James Foster, through the hands of a couple of Lions. Travis Adams falling on it at the 40, but he trapped it.
John Poole, 82, got a hand on it.
Now will set up 3rd and long, 3rd and 10, with 7:10 left in the game. Dade has an arm on him. You can tell he puts a lot of zip on that ball. Coming near side is Brown. Too far side, that's James Foster and also Kenneth Armstrong. Split in the backfield. Here's the snap. Dade looks near side, puts it up. Through the hands of Brown, and he may have heard the footsteps of Mr. 26, Charles Leedon.
He may have. He really didn't make a lot of effort to catch that one.
That makes it 4th and 10, and the Falcons will punt it away again as Brian Brown and Charles Simpson out to take the kick. Travis Adams and Justin Jackson come to the sideline. James Foster will punt.
Charlie, would you say Brian Brown is a free spirit?
I think he is.
Here's the punt, and it's a good one this time. Over the head of Simpson, drops at the 35, goes rolling down to the 25. Charles Simpson picks it up, brings it up the middle, kicks it outside, spins away. He's at the 40, 45, 50, and he spins around and is dropped down at the 42. How about that?
Charles just let it roll around back there. Next thing you know, he picks it up and he dances upfield about a good, 20-something yards?
Yeah, that was about a 25-yard return there.
I think he and Brian Brown, I think I know why they're back there now.
They're having fun.
They just, I like to watch Brian, though. Brian is just, I believe he's just literally a free spirit.
So the Lions.
Charles over there laughing.
Yeah, Charles, it's just.
Did you see me spin?
Yeah.
He's going to be watching this week to
Yeah,
watch
he will.
that play.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday at 7 o'clock.
I got moves I ain't used yet.
Yeah.
1st and 10, here's the snap. As flag on the play right away, Corley held on to it. He knew something was wrong there.
Well, we've got our new bunch back out there. We've got now Justin Mayfield's in the offensive line, number 50.
That goes against the Falcons.
He's going to play the left. He's going to play the quick side tackle, I believe.
That moves it up to the 38-yard line. 1st and 5 for the Lions.
No, Justin's the center.
Everybody's getting a new look. Corley under center. Here's the snap. Pitch to Adams as he goes near side. Tries to get around the corner, but dragged at the feet at the 35-yard line. A pickup of 3, as making that play for the Falcons was number 33.
Grant Vitito's in at guard. Justin Mayfield's the center. Brett Mitchell is the tight end. I gotta wait till they break the huddle. Shane Ballinger's out there in the offensive line playing a tackle.
Corley ready, 2nd and 2 to go. Here's the snap, pitch back to Chris Starling. He gets some blocking up to the 30, over to 30 to the 29, and that will be a 1st down.
Good run right there, Chris. You did a good job. He had some high foot action that time, kept his feet up and did what he was supposed to do.
Chris is running really good tonight.
Yep. Who's quarterback?
Corley.
Corley still in at quarterback. You keep kicking those legs, it's hard to get dragged down by the ankles. As Adams in with the play call, Corley comes in along with Pat Brown, Alan Ayton to the sideline.
Well, that's the reason I was asking, because I didn't see Phillip out there, and I saw Travis talking to the coach over here, and I didn't know if Travis was going to quarterback or what.
As we'll bring you a Dogwood Orthopedic scoreboard update, as here's the Lions set at the line. 1st and 10. Here's the snap, dropped by Corley. He scoots up the middle, though, recovering. He gets up to the 27-yard line. As looking at the Dogwood Orthopedic scoreboard, Nacogdoches with an upset. They win it 17-14 over Carthage here tonight.
Heck of a game.
How about that?
Yeah.
The Dragons beating Carthage 17-14.
That's
Another final.
mind-boggling.
And Alan Maidenmont wanted to listen in on this. Jacksonville 57-0 over Bryan Adams.
He just passed out on us back here.
2nd and 9 for the Lions at the 28 of the Falcons. Snap handed up to Adams. He goes right up the middle and maybe a gain of 1 or 2.
We've got about 3 minutes and 50 seconds left here in this ball game as the Lions are trying to run this clock down and hang on to this victory.
Let's finish up the scoreboard. Class 5A action. Longview 27-16 over Lake Highlands in the 4th quarter. Marshall 17. Shreveport Southwood 7 in the 3rd quarter. Robert E. Lee 36, Texas High 17. That's in the 4th. As Robert E. Lee has dominated the second half of play. Here's the snap, and Corley hands it to the first man through. And he doesn't get far. As with that carry, was that Travis Adams
yes,
again?
Yes, Travis,
Other scores in Class 5A. John Tyler 21-3 over Dallas Carter in the 3rd quarter. Palestine 21. Pine Tree 6 in the 3rd quarter. At halftime, Hallsville 3, Jefferson nothing. Commerce 15-9 over Mount Pleasant in the 4th quarter. And it's White House 14, Sulphur Springs 14 late in the 4th quarter. Lions up to the line, 4th and 7 at the 26. Starling and Adams in the backfield. Ayton as the wingback, left side. Corley keeps it. Goes near side, and he's dragged down by 2 Falcons near the 28. And there'll be a changeover on downs. Dangerfield leading Tatum 14-6 in the 3rd quarter. Scores courtesy of Don Jones. That's a look at the Dogwood Orthopedic scoreboard. As 47-0 here, the Lions leading it. 2:29 left in the game. Falcons take over on downs at their own 28.
Well, the coach at that time just ran a play on 4th and 7, not trying to score anymore, not trying to embarrass anybody.
Just trying to take time.
That's right. If we get through this last 2:29, not get anybody hurt, we'll come out of this ball game in real good shape.
Falcons come to the line. James Foster split out near side. I formation in the backfield. Devosky Hall back there, and it's handed to Hall. He gets nowhere. A big pile up at the line, no gain.
Well, I see Brett Mitchell getting up, and Brandon Jones, Brandon is one of our JV players. That was Brandon Gibson that was playing there. Brandon also is a sophomore though, but I couldn't tell who made the first hit.
There was a pickup of 1 by Devosky Hall. 2nd and 9, now at the 29. Foster split out right side. I formation in the backfield again with Devosky Hall and Andre Wright. Dade under center. Here's the snap. He hands it off to Wright. He goes outside, but he's quickly run down in the backfield. As in on that play looked like number 46, Joe Powell. And that will be a loss of 2, make it 3rd and 11. Next week, Mount Pleasant in town.
Black and gold.
We've already played one black and gold team last week.
Right.
Nacogdoches impressed us last week in that game, and they really put it together against Carthage this week, Charlie.
We knew they were a pretty good ball club.
Under a minute to play now. 3rd and 11 for the Falcons at their own 27. Dade barks out the signals, pitches it outside the right. He kicks it up the middle to the 30, 35, 40. He's through to the 50, the biggest gain of the night for the Falcons, as that's a pickup of 23. And that was close to ruining the shutout there.
Sure was. The last guy made a saving tackle.
That brings it up at the 50 exactly.
Oh, it wasn't that close. They were just trying to get a little excitement going.
1st and 10. 43 seconds left. Riding with a little speed. We haven't seen much of Dennis Johnson tonight. You got to wonder if he's injured. He started last week for the Falcons and had 105 yards on the ground. 1st and 10 at the 40 or at the 50. Here's the snap. Dade hands it off to Dwight Davis, and he's caught in the backfield. Now squirts away. Comes near side at the 50. And now he's knocked down at a leg tackle, and he drops at the 46.
He liked to have been a Houdini to get out of that, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Their left tackle, number 70, is 335 pounds, and he just grabbed their defensive end and body slammed him.
And that ends the ball game. The Lions with a big one tonight, 47-0 over the Falcons. A huge victory, and the Lions now 3-0 on the season. We'll come back and start to wrap things up in a moment from Henderson Lions Stadium.
Have you seen the TV ads for the MasterCard debit card? We have it at Citizens National Bank, and it's called Master Money, and it's free. I'm Milton McGee, president of Citizens National Bank. Call Susan Hand at 657-8521 for your application. Remember, there are no fees, and it can also be used as your ATM card. Citizens National Bank is a member of FDIC.